What's up, party
Hello,
people?
lords and ladies, Edith, and welcome back to the Council of Candor, episode 40, starring the return of Astro and the return of Blackaroonie, and eventually the return of Garbled. Today we are going to be covering the deep hidden lore, the mysteries behind Marvel Rivals. So, as we get ready for that, how y'all doing today, chat? How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Pros?
Doing pretty good.
Shout out
Doing
to
pretty
chat.
good.
I want to die.
Who's
He's Dez.
creatively does?
Desperately Dez, welcome.
Yeah, dude.
All
Shout out to
right.
Chat, bro.
Yeah, shout out to
So,
Dez. He's my third favorite Dez.
So
as soon
are
as
we
I
doing-
heard, as soon as I heard that this was going to be the topic, I did a lot of research, several nights worth of research spent on image boards, looking up the hidden lore of what is underneath all the female characters' clothing.
That's right. The
Nice.
stuff you're not going to get
Base.
anywhere else, folks.
Kid, can you hear me well?
Squirrel Girl
Can
mid.
everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Des.
Awesome.
Live Dez.
I figured I knew we
You're
were
live.
live. I just wanted to make sure that my mic
you
was
can hear
working. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, which is why I didn't say anything immediately.
Pretty
That's
bad.
okay.
I think you should. I think you should leave for 2 hours and come back. Maybe that'll fix it.
I think that'll fix
Or
it.
don't
Too.
come back at all.
Oh wow, look at this guy. Yeah.
So, Des, you have a lot of experience with this game. A lot of good experiences, bad ones. You like the lore? What do you think?
I have seen a lot of Squirrel Girl, so good experiences all around. Lots of good experiences.
Boo.
Yeah, lots.
Boo.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Boo.
Every facet. of
It's
Squirrel.
fine. It's okay to be wrong, Rooney. Okay, it's okay.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree. I agree. It's okay to be wrong, Des.
All
Normie.
right, so we're gonna
It's not.
start.
It's just correct. Okay.
Sure.
So we're gonna start before we get fully into this with a couple quickie updates and announcements for the channel and things around it. First and foremost, the podcast is probably going to be coming bi-weekly soon, based on my upcoming work schedules and things with my mother. When that happens, there'll be an announcement in my Discord. Again, if you're not part of the Discord, I advise joining there. That's where I do a lot of the announcements and a lot of the important details that are like things that are happening here. I've been told to get a Twitter account multiple times. I
Don't do
know I don't know if it's worth
Do
it.
not.
I don't think I'm big enough yet. I will make a YouTube post as well for this, for all of you guys who are YouTube only, because I know not everybody who's subbed to the channel watches the podcasts. The next section is the Null video is doing very well. All that's left is the visuals. I got all the audio done, and I got to do the music balancing too, which is the bane of my existence. As most of you who
I
watch
can't
my
with
stuff know, there's always some problem with the music. So I'm trying to find a track that is both a pumpy enough and interesting enough to keep you awake, but also quiet enough that it doesn't override me.
Why don't
Next.
you just do the
What?
Romeo and Juliet soundtrack?
Yeah, the Romeo and Juliet, exactly. Next,
I recommend any soundtrack from the Sonic games, at least the early Sonic games.
that's okay for you, Bernie. I appreciate your honesty, sir. The next, I do want to thank one quick thing that's going to be a shout out. The channel MK Ice and Fire. He has a great little video where he just plays all the Marvel Rivals characters. There's a quick little match with them and puts it up. I downloaded it. I'm going to use that as background footage once we actually start talking about stuff. That way, there's just a little bit of visual flair for all you guys watching at home. I didn't have the ability to download and play this game in time. My computer just doesn't like this game. Maybe it's just too American and doesn't like the Chinese spyware. But most of the other hosts here have played this game, so they can talk to it and they
Yes.
will, explain the details.
Yeah, we're going to be going over that. I haven't played the game either, but I'm aware of a lot of the lore as far as it pertains to, a comparison to like the comic books, and maybe we can see what's been altered. Like, we all know the characters. Yeah.
Dagger, my favorite character from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact:
What's
this is the second time Luna Snow has been in a Marvel video game. The first time she's been in a Marvel video game is in this mobile game called Marvel Future Fight. It's
Good game.
I don't.
Right.
Is it a? I don't know if you would call it a dungeon crawler or not. I don't know what the correct terminology for that kind of game is, but it's a really entertaining game. A lot of cool characters in that game, except the ones that I actually like the more obscure ones, like Big Wheel, which should be added to Marvel Rivals, by the way. Sentry is in that game too. He's overpowered as hell. And a Thor skin.
So,
Yeah, Sentry.
Some unfortunate news for you, Rooney. I have to say that you were wrong. This is, in fact, the 5th game she's appeared in.
I was gonna say this is the second thing she's appeared in. What's the other 3 then?
It's
Marvel
Marvel
games.
Fight. Then she's in Marvel Super War. She's in Marvel Snap, which failed, and in Marvel Puzzle Quest. She's an unlockable character.
Marvel
And I've
Snap
seen
is still
her in
going
a
on.
lot
It's
of
just that they
them.
had some recent issues.
The hell
with
is
that
Super
TikTok
War?
ban.
Super War is a
Super War
2019
was actually
multiplayer
made by
online
NetEase.
battle arena game developed and published by NetEase for Android and iOS. So I guess Marvel Super War walked so Marvel Rivals could run.
Indeed.
It's not a regular war.
Same developer.
Super Wars looks like, I'm looking it up right now. Super War looks like Future Fight, kind of.
It's a card
You're
game,
telling
isn't it?
me they might reuse stuff for a mobile game? They would never. They would never.
You mean
You're
it
telling
looks
me that it uses
The
the same
glorious
characters for the same
CCP
universe?
company would
They remove
never
from
reuse
it?
stuff for a mobile game.
They have Icarus in this game. Oh my god.
Wait, is
Icarus
Marvel
from the
type?
Eternals.
Oh, that
These are-
guy. Literally who still, though?
Yeah. I feel
Superman.
like there's going to be a lot of that
Superman.
going forward.
What do you mean?
Space God Superman.
Let's see. Is he as
Not your favorite
silly and
character of all
overpowered
time?
as Superman? He's nonsensically strong as Superman?
No.
Oh.
He's just discount.
No,
Super
that's,
God
It was
Superman.
actually Discount Superman.
Century?
There's so many
Superman.
Superman
Sentry's not
Yeah, I was
discounted.
gonna say,
characters
I've
in
heard
Marvel.
a
There's
lot of
Hyperion, Sentry. There's so many
Blue
Superman characters
Marvel or
in Marvel.
whatever his name, the black one is probably the closest one. Oh, Hyperion's. Nah, Hyperion's also close. You're right.
All right, so we have a request from the Discord, which you can all join below. Let me see if I can get it pulled up for you guys, chat. Guys, talk to... Chat, the sneeze come on there.
Wow.
So we have a
I'm-
special request from one of my moderators. It's on screen now. You guys can see it in the special mod room. We've been asked to explain this image of
Do I sound fine
Sue
right now?
Storm buying Wonder bread while Jeff is in the cart with her.
Answer
Let's
is
sit for a
deviant
little-
art.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
let's
Astro,
see.
you are the lore expert. I will let you go first, and then I'll let the degenerate experts go next.
Well, you see, the bread represents capitalism, and the bubble represents pollution, and the land shark in the basket represents joy and cuteness.
He really does.
Jeff, you're wrong. You're wrong. Jeff represents the amalgamation of ontological evils. All the evils of the world just embodied in one single being. That being Jeff, the destroyer of worlds. Jeff
bread
is the
represents-
Antichrist.
Now I
The
become
bread represents degeneracy because it's a specific man's fetish, and Jeff is there because, like the Wonder Bread fetish, I never want to see it again, and I hope that whoever likes it dies in a fire.
Minecraft.
Yeah, this is secretly
In Minecraft.
Ultra.
Well, so there's some super deep lore. So those of you who don't know, the Wonder Bread guy, he is very famous in a lot of degenerate online communities because he frequently pays artists to draw, let's just say, interesting posing characters, and he makes them usually blonde women, all at the store buying Wonder Bread. It's been very confusing, and somebody asked him why he does it, and he said it's because he wants to show how the evils of Wonder Bread and how they are relating to the capitalist conquest of America, and how it's going to lead to the complete pollution and destruction of society, and how the heroic feminine is going to overcome that. This is not me joking. That's the exact thing he talks about all the time.
Hang on, who's the Wonder Bread guy?
He's
Who
just
is
the
it?
guy who
Some
commissions
guy
women
on.
to
yeah.
buy Wonder Bread. It's very weird. And then Jeff's
Yeah.
in the cart because everybody actually likes Jeff. Jeff is the best character in the game. All of those who don't like Jeff are sneaking, and they just have skill issues.
This is fake news. This is fake news.
Skill
This is
issue,
actually
huh?
fake news.
Cope.
I have gotten
My brother in
5
Christ, you do
MVPs
not
as Moon
play the
Knight. I do
game.
not
Yeah, I
want
don't
to
play the
hear
game.
it.
I don't need to play the game.
Also, Rooney, I want to hear your 5 MVPs. Okay, you're not good at the game. Okay. Get good.
in the row. Shut up, Des. Mr. Oh, we need a healer. We need a healer. Plays duelist.
Yeah, base.
You
Giga Chad.
hypocrite.
First of all, I play healers a lot. Okay, Luna Snow, mwah, chef's kiss. I love playing Luna. Okay.
That's
Second
because
of
you're a
all-
simp.
So I'm
you're gonna
damned
simp
if
for
I do,
someone, though,
damned if
Luna
I
Snow
don't.
is
What
pretty
am I
good.
supposed to do? Also, I don't want to hear
You
that
should
from
die.
you. Whoa.
That's what you should do. You should just
Whoa.
die.
I don't want to hear this from you after I've heard my brother in Christ. I have heard you talk about kid. Who's the white chick that you talked about at the beginning of this? I've already forgot.
Invisible one?
No, not Invisible
Black
Woman.
Widow?
The one before that.
Squirrel.
No, not Black Widow. The blonde one. I already said blonde.
Oh,
How many
Dagger.
blonde white women are there?
Dagger.
There is a blonde
Yes,
Black Widow.
I have heard you talk about Dagger, Rooney. Okay, I don't want to hear anything from you.
Dagger's only redeeming quality is that she is one good-looking snow bunny. That's it. She's not even that good of a healer. Luna Snow is a much better healer.
No. First of all, she's a good healer as well. I don't feel like this is copium. Like Dagger, Cloak and Dagger is a good character.
Sue Storm and Luna Snow are better healers. They have more abilities, more defensive abilities. There's not much. The only good thing about Dagger is that you can switch to what's his name, Cloak.
That's what
And
you're
that
supposed
can't
to
even.
do, idiot. That's like how you live. Yeah, like in terms of
His moves are
wait,
insta wins. So it's not. It's if you play as Cloak, you have a skill issue. The same way if you play
No,
as
it's
Scarlet
not.
Witch, you have a skill issue.
Okay, first of all, that's blatantly untrue. Scarlet Witch is like really good.
Scarlet Witch is for babies.
It's also look. I'm not saying it's hard to play as them. I'm saying they're good. Like if
They
there's a
do not take skill.
Are you retarded? Can you like listen
Yes.
to the words I say where I say they're really good, but they don't take skill? That's like don't play them. Oh my! You can't do this back to me. Okay, you can't do this back. You can't do this. You know what I've sacrificed.
That's what you sound like to me.
Jeff is the best healer. I believe you, Future Wario.
He's right.
All right, you're banned. You're banned.
Yeah, let's ban this guy from the chat.
You're banned.
Do not
Right.
ban.
Let's
Hang
ban this guy from the chat.
Hang on.
If
Make
you
me.
ban him, I will go to your house, Rooney, and I will remove all your alcohol. I'll
I already
it
did.
exclusively with paint thinner.
I already did. He's got you there, kid. He's got you there. What are you gonna do now?
I believe now we've got the gameplays on screen. Should be working
Let me
well.
see.
And it shouldn't be playing any audio, right?
Well, it's not
Well,
on
let me
screen right
see.
now. Okay, let's
Oh,
see.
it's on screen now. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't hear any audio.
Yep,
so
no
we should be good.
sound.
Cool. I just don't want the gameplay from people going in the background and such.
Yeah, of course.
So
It's
there you
whenever
all
they
go,
look
chat.
at
There's your
Luna.
some distractions for you little zoomies. So let's
Future
talk about
Wario. He says in chat, I also main
Ooh,
Jeff the Land Shark.
We gotta
Chat.
kill this
Future
guy.
Warrior's a
Okay,
hero.
mods,
This is
mods,
we are
kill
beyond.
him.
Yeah, we're beyond
Kill him.
banning him. We need to kill him now.
I feel like someone
Lick his
maining a
windpipe.
healer is the best thing that you want. Like people who main healers, like you
Yeah,
keep doing what you're doing. You're great. I love you. Main
No.
healers more.
No, you can
Main
main
healers, but don't main Jeff.
healer except Jeff. Like main except Jeff.
Exactly.
If you're Jeff, then like kill yourself. But like
Why not
except for that.
main?
You know,
Jeff?
how
Jeff's
there's this
pretty-
forbidden technique. You know how there's this forbidden technique in Star Wars, where if you're a Jedi, it's seen as dishonorable, and if you're a Sith, it's seen as a skill issue. This is what playing Jeff is like. It's like
Okay, Rooney,
Jeff
I
is like the
actually have
Trakata.
no idea what you're talking about.
No technique.
Jeff is the Trakata.
Technique. Bring it
It's,
around.
it's when you turn off your light. It's when you turn off your lightsaber mid duel and
Stop on your
cosmic
left
fun.
foot. No, wait, it's your right foot. Don't forget it.
Yeah, you turn off your lightsaber mid fight and then turn it back on to kill someone. It's an insta kill move that can solve any problem instantly. But
So,
yeah, Jeff the Land Shark is a Trakata of Marvel rival characters.
I hate you, kid. I hate you.
Don't worry,
I hate you,
Future Wario. We stand you in here. I got you, buddy.
Yeah,
Who's we? Who's we?
being the,
There's no
I like
we.
how literally
matter.
we were having a fight, me and Rooney, and the thing that unites us is just Future Wario coming in. It's like I like Jeff the Land Shark.
Yeah. He's the hero. Let's
Jeff the
full
Land
screen this
Shark.
for
I'm
Such a
trying to
worthy.
kill Rooney with rocks, and Future Wario comes in, and I'm like, now I have to
Comes in
work
the
with this
correct
guy.
take. There you
It's
go.
not the
Carefully.
correct. No,
He's a hero.
No.
Objectively
No.
correct.
It's like
No.
that.
Heroes
There you go.
die.
All right, we'll go back to your Marvel slop. So,
this is literally the ass versus tits meme. The stone toss meme.
shush.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it out loud.
You can't say those words. All right, so let's start talking about the actual lore behind Marvel Rivals. So there is a lot of ways that you could come about making a situation where different heroes and villains have to fight each other on teams together. I was endlessly curious because the last thing that did this with at all relative ease, besides Super Smash Brothers, but what I would say would be Injustice. I think Injustice did a really good job of setting up why these characters could beat the crap out of each other and how you get characters like Joker to not just die instantly when he gets smacked around by someone like, Doomsday. I was very curious, like, is there something like that in Marvel Rivals? Is there a situation like that? So I tasked our panel of experts and Pops to look into this.
Wow.
And yeah, well, Pops is okay, because Pops and me, I figured it could be the guys on the outside who know about the real stuff about Marvel, and we'll let the nerds here explain to us what's happening in the lore. So, who would like to take it away and explain to us what's the setup here? Why are we all beating the snot out of each other as different heroes with fantastic outfits that you can buy for $10.99?
All right, I'm gonna say it quickly and shortly. It's because Doctor Doom's ego was way too big. That's why his ego got in the way again.
It's
So
true.
like every
Somehow-
Doctor Doom
Yeah, that makes
fucking
sense.
storyline.
Somehow,
I love Doctor
Metal
Doom as
World
much
has
as anybody,
turned-
but I love Doctor Doom as much as anybody. In this house, we stand Doom, but sometimes he can create his own problems.
Sometimes that's like half of the stories. It's like, oh, Doom
Hey.
is like.
Doom storylines is Doom creates Doom's problems for Doom.
Yeah.
That's not true. The one time he actually no, the
Here's
one
something that's gonna blow your mind. Doctor Doom and Gaston are the same character, except Gaston's dumber.
yes. I mean I agree with that, but Doom doesn't always create his own problems. He creates
Exactly,
like
because he's the best.
99%. There's this one time in the comics where he tried to free his mom, who was trapped in hell with Mephisto. And basically, if I recall correctly, the entire storyline is him tricking Doctor Strange to help him get her out because he refused to ask for help or something like that.
It's Mephisto.
Yeah, sure.
Mephisto, not Mephisto.
This-
Really?
This is Reed
Oh,
Richards propaganda.
Can I say it? Mephisto.
Why not?
No, this
Thank
is Fantastic Four propaganda. Doom does not
Uh-huh.
need help from anybody.
Iron
Doom
Fist
is the
for win.
best.
Iron Fist is pretty great. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's why Doom
Great
didn't ask
answer.
for help. Rennie, you misunderstood. I never said Doom asked for help. Okay.
Doom is so great that he's the only person who could create problems great enough for Doom to find challenging.
Exactly.
And boy, does he.
Yep.
He also snooped
I
about
love this
research.
quote. I love this quote from Doctor Doom. He says, "I was a god, Valeria. I found it beneath me." My favorite quote from
Shut the
Doctor
hell
Doom.
up. Shut the hell up.
Wow. really?
I am the biggest Doom
Rooney, are
glazer. You will never stop this glaze.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
gonna
God.
say, are you like 14, Rooney? Like,
Yeah,
what
so,
the hell?
While
knows
we're
what he had
talking
for
about
breakfast.
14-year-olds here, let's get back to the lore. So Doctor Doom really wanted to do something here. Explain to me. Did he just want to watch everybody fight? Is he bored? Is he, looking for his new wife because he's got a good
Is he-
cast with him here? What's the setup, Astro?
I'm assuming he's a sadomasochist.
Well, hey, wait. First of all, we gotta get something straight. There's two Dooms.
Two
Doom
Dooms.
299.
Really?
Yep, Doom 299 is like
there's Doom.
is the same guy, but from the future. If I remember right, Doom 299 is normally a clone.
So there's two different Dooms, like from two different universes in this game, in the
Yes.
story of this. Okay,
Yes.
so it's Doom literally interacting with another Doom, creating problems for the other Doom. Okay,
Well,
Fair.
there's a few other factions, but to put it for in terms of Dooms, there's 2 Doom factions.
I like that. I like that.
I can't
Let's start going
decide.
through it. We got time here, guys.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
I
the
like
podcast
it
is
'cause
for. So let's start explaining who these Doom factions are.
it makes sense that they would
Not really
have
faction.
Faction of Doom.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Neither Doom has done anything too interesting yet.
That's not true.
He's
They
just really
talked
the
to,
exclusive one.
Propaganda. That's false. That's fake
They-
news.
They have talked to Black Panther, and that's about all.
And
I've
Doctor
seen them
Strange.
say.
And Khonshu.
And Doctor
And
Strange.
Khonshu.
So my question is,
And
I've
Con-
played a little
Not
bit of
much.
this game, and I haven't seen any. Where does this come from? Where does this lore
The lore
actually-
pages.
Lore
At the
pages.
lore
yeah.
It's like
pages?
just the text
Yeah.
pages. You know,
Yeah.
with the lore. If you go to the lore page, there's some short stories starring the
It's like-
characters.
It's
Yeah.
right next to
Yeah, like-
proficiency. It's in there.
Wow. So you're telling me that I have to actually, if I want to know the lore of this game, I have to actually read and click on things?
Yes.
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 Wow.
You have to
I'm
read a
completely
wall of
innocent here.
text.
I know that you hate reading, Pag.
Yeah, can't stand
The
it.
famous,
You hate
famous,
reading.
famous author Pag. But yeah, you actually do have to read.
I can't.
Your little zoomy mind
Yeah, I don't know
is
that
gonna
I
have to cope.
Well, hang on.
like Subway Surfers on.
That begs a
There
new
should be like a
question,
text
though.
to speech option for the
I'm gonna
game.
kill you, Rooney. I'm gonna actually just kill you.
I'll do it first. Come at
Rooney.
me, bro.
Please. Anyway, so this
since
begs a
Jackson
new
since
question.
These guys aren't doing enough of it. Let's get into it. So explain to you guys what's going on. The storyline, as far as I know, is the main line. Doctor Doom is going through his normal stuff, and then he meets Doom from 2099, who's a more heroic and upstanding version of him. Shenanigans seem to ensue after the two of them meet each other, and after they meet each other, it turns out that there's a time stream entanglement between each other, which leads to new worlds where heroes and villains across the multiverse have to fight each other to defeat both Doom variants before one of them can claim victory and control this new reality that they've created. That's why you're on each team, at the beginning of each match, the teams are set up. The idea is that the Doctor Doom that you're on the side of, whether it's 2099 or the original Doctor Doom, I guess, or hot evil Doctor Doom, they go into the multiverse, find a group of heroes. So, like on screen right now, he'd grab Groot and Loki and say, "All right, you guys got to go beat the absolute crap out of these other guys to take control of this planet." And he has different heroes fighting or villains fighting each other, so they can take over together. Is that right or wrong so far?
From my understanding, that's
Pretty
wrong.
close.
But, okay, well there you go. Because from what I've been looking at, it's there's definitely the two factions, but like all the gameplay that I've seen seems to be mostly taking place in the events of the like story. So, for example, a couple of the stories specifically with Hela, Loki. I assume Thor. I didn't end up reading Thor's, but ironically enough, Squirrel Girl of all people also ties into a bit. But like they get into like what's happening in each place. So for that, it's I think Yggdrasil gets combined with, I don't recall what Astro, help me out. Who does Yggdrasil gets combined with something else, right?
Yes, and that's what Asgard. It just gets merged with Asgard, so it becomes Yggdrasil.
Yeah, it gets some weird. Yeah, okay, so but anyways, and part of that is that Thor gets kicked out. Actually, I have read Thor's. I just didn't read it last night. Thor gets kicked out, and then so Thor gets exiled for a bit before escaping, which was also part of Loki's plan. But and then Loki's taking over Asgard with the help of Hela. They're also both knowing and they know they're gonna betray each other, so it's like a marriage of convenience for like 10 seconds.
Aren't they like father and daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna stop them from like bashing each other's heads with rocks at the first opportunity? Like
Based.
like
Child
it's
abuse
Loki.
is based.
It's Loki. Like let's be a little realistic about what's happening here.
Hey, kid. Enter Loki.
Yeah, enter
Okay.
Loki. We'll get back to that show one day stream. Don't worry. Tio specifically wants to know about my suffering more.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so this So basically, this takes place in an alternate reality with all these heroes and timelines mixing together. There's one consistent theme though,
Well,
between both, I guess, teams, if you will, or groups
I,
fighting
I
each other.
well,
It's that
well,
certain words cannot be said in the multiverse, such as Winnie the Pooh, 1989, Tiananmen Square, Free Taiwan, all restricted in the multiverse, which is really interesting to consider.
yeah,
Kind of a strange
it's
thing.
not
How'd they do that?
It is very strange. It's not one universe. From my understanding, there's 2 or 3. It seems like at very least 2. And they're able. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if they explain it anywhere. And Astro, feel free to jump in if you're aware. I'm sure you probably have read
I
a
mean,
bit
they
more than
do,
me.
but
But
some of them are kind of confusing to get through. The
mhm,
That
Reed
is true.
Richards lore page talks about which are which.
mhm,
So I think there's currently 2 and a third one that's they were very vague about.
mhm.
So like there's the one where Reed Richards is from, where Captain America is dead, and then
Yes.
there's the one Shuri is from with the intergalactic empire of Wakanda and the symbiote storyline.
Right, but then so there's those 2, but then there's also the 2099 one where you get Black Widow, Punisher, Captain America. I'm not really sure how that ties in to the future and stuff, but that's its own thing, right?
Oh,
I believe so.
Okay, very cool, Astro. Thanks for your helpful commentary and not just leaving me hanging.
If I may, for a second, it's because I'm still confused, having not like too much familiarity
Yeah.
with the game.
No, I gotcha.
Is the game like? Is this just like melee battles like Smash Bros, or is there like an actual
No,
storyline?
no.
It's like
So
No, it's
Overwatch.
like Overwatch.
it's like Overwatch. Yeah. Have you seen Overwatch? If not,
I'm
then I'm
aware
gonna
of
need.
Overwatch.
Have you
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like
seen
To
Overwatch?
answer Pops' question,
Interesting
yes.
choice of
it's
words.
more like Quake
Interesting
than
choice of words,
like a
Des.
melee.
I
It's
know
it's
what
like
Pops' question is, and I do want to say for Pops, the answer is yes. Each one of these battles is just a randomly generated thing between you and your friends picking characters, and each single battle is repeated endlessly or ad infinitum to just across the map.
oh
There's no
yeah.
actual storylines happening, like Call of Duty, where
Oh,
things just happen. You know, there's no like
yeah.
you're not playing the same 6 missions like a Borderlands campaign. Is what Pops is asking. It's not like that. We don't play the same mission repeatedly. No, these are different. Like maps with people fighting each other, and you pick the squads, and you're playing multiplayer against each other each time.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Also, seen Overwatch. Interesting choice of words, Des. Very interesting choice of words. Because
Okay.
everybody knows about the Overwatch characters, but nobody has ever played the game. Interesting
Actually, the
choice.
first Overwatch was incredibly popular.
I liked
It was
Overwatch a lot.
a fun game.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Overwatch benefited. from
Don't
having good-
deconstruct my joke. Do not
Well, no, it's
deconstruct my
important
joke.
because
Let
It
it
was a
just
bad
hang in
joke.
the
It
air.
is
It was a
important.
bad joke.
Well, no, the reason it's important to talk about it is because Overwatch 2 failed because it had kind of poopy gameplay and ugly character designs. It had both going against it at the same time. And then another game which came out the same year, a few months earlier, which was maybe the most expensive game ever made, which was another hero, brawler, shooter, whatever you want to call it. This hero fighting genre was,
What was that game's name?
I just had it in the back of my head. I was just about to say it. Concord.
Yeah,
Came
Concord.
out, and Concord had hideous character designs, and from what I heard, not good gameplay, and it bombed. A lot of people say, well, Marvel, has an edge because it's got Marvel characters, but I don't think so. Because if I recall, this is not the first, Marvel...
No, I mean,
beat-em-up
I think
game
it
like
does.
itself.
I think
It
it
is
does
the
have
first.
an edge.
It
Because-
has
I think it has
it
an edge,
absolutely
but
has
it stayed around for a while. Yes, thank you, God.
Yeah, it's staying a while because it's fun. It's legitimately a
Yes.
very fun game. It feels like classic Overwatch when classic Overwatch was a lot of fun because they eventually screwed up Overwatch 1. Like they eventually screwed it up. But I mean, for a while there, Overwatch was fun as hell. It was a great game. And this game, it's very good.
I think the balance is very good, much better than Overwatch was a lot of the time. The gameplay is great. There's a lot of varied roles. There's a lot more melee characters than you would expect for like a hero shooter. Like hero shooters typically have like 1, maybe 2, and it's like always a tank. Where in this game you have like Peter Parker, who's a duelist, and he's basically pure not pure.
Melee.
He's focused on his abilities a lot, but like his main punch, gun, whatever, like
Mhm.
attack is just punch. Like you don't have range unless you
Gotcha.
unless
I
your
guess-
web is filled, and even then that's mainly just so you can quickly thwip onto a character to get into melee range.
Yeah.
Or use
That's
your
why I
ability.
don't play as him. That's why I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
play
he
as him.
kills
It's
you.
precisely
He
that.
kills you.
Shut up.
I guess my question is, like, if they can balance the game this well and like do this well, it just makes me wonder, like, why can everyone else not do this? Why is balance like always such an issue? For example, in Overwatch, why was it always such an issue? Whereas in this, it seems like they've just kind of got it right off the bat, and they have a ton of characters.
I
So
do think this is not. I don't think it's an easy thing to do, and I think this is an exception. I think they've done it extraordinarily well. I think acting like this is easy or typical. I think that's completely wrong.
yeah, it seems atypical. But how many titles does this company have under their belt?
NetEase, oh my god, they're huge.
Are they?
They are
Okay.
like Blizzard times EA for China.
Okay.
The only company bigger than them is Tencent.
So they should be doing like this.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see. It's
Plus,
just
regardless, like it's not exactly like AAA companies are in like the best state, and like
mhm.
even ignoring the fact that they're like huge. Like I don't think this is.
Also, I'm going to say right now, Marvel Super War, which came out earlier, which did not have this hot hit. It's very much a game that NetEase also made. It came out in 2019, I believe. That very clearly is the beta for this game. It didn't want to be that, but that's what it ended up being. Same thing. I also believe they made Marvel Duel, which is a card game though. But yeah, NetEase is very much a huge company over there. They make a lot of games in house, and they also localize almost all of the Chinese games that people get. So whenever you make a game and you want to put out in China, you partner with NetEase, and NetEase does that.
How do you spell NetEase?
Huh?
How do you spell NetEase?
NetEase.
NETEASE.
Okay.
NetEase nuts.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Bro.
Very cool, Rooney. Very
I
cool.
think it's a combination of things. Almost like it's not so much an indictment against like games that just didn't do as well, as much as like it might be just praise for how well this one was done.
I think it's
that.
mainly praise. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Overwatch and Concord, I'm not even going to defend, but Overwatch had like a lot
There's
of
a gap in
issues,
the market
like-
now. That's the thing. These
Yeah.
guys had a sequel
that
to a
too,
game where
yeah.
they knew how to
Like-
balance it from the first game. They had probably I've never played it, but I guarantee if you go back to the first game, a lot of the mechanics are going to be in that game carried over here. Maybe not the animations and the way the characters move, but a lot of the behind the scenes, the numbers, that math part of it, probably is what taught them the best how to do it. On top of the fact, they just had to go look at other games that were balanced, and how did they do that? How do you have time to kill? How does people's health feel? You know, what are the damage numbers that we can run across? Whatever the math or the ideas behind that is, they just took that and went on with it. The other thing is something that I'll say is a credit to the Chinese companies as a whole. They're not afraid to just straight up steal something that from other companies that's a better idea.
No, they're not.
So like this, so they just straight up have no problem saying, "Well, Mercy's got some great, ideas for the way her character functions. Why don't we just steal that?" Or they'll go look at like League of Legends and say, "Well, this character is incredibly fun to play. Let's just rip him straight into it and put him on our game with similar damage percentile numbers." That's all they did, and it's not a bad thing. In fact, video games used to be like prided on the fact that you would mix and match other game ideas and take small tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
You make your own thing here. Even though it's taken ideas from a lot of places and everybody calls this like an Overwatch clone, it's still very clearly got its own stuff going on. It's very much got its own ideas and its own identity.
And you know what? If Overwatch was a good Overwatch clone, then it would be okay. Like that's the thing. This is a good Overwatch.
Yeah, the big problem with like Overwatch 2 was like partly
It fell
design.
off.
It didn't do the PvE mode.
Well,
Yeah.
that was part of it, but a lot of it too, like they've decided for some bizarre reason that they wanted to do 5v5 instead of like using the 6v6 they balanced the entire previous game with.
Mhm.
Not to mention what was it? The PvE as well, but like I don't know. But like the design for like the first hero is like very weird because like a lot of the designs in the previous game was like, you know, somewhat futuristic. I mean, even some of the later ones are kind of weird. Like Ash is like this cowgirl, and like, you know, this. I mean, I guess McCree's also like that, so I guess it's not too bad. But like you get this just random like anime convention looking girl, you know, and it's not, and she's got like foxes or something, so it's like very, you know, weird design choice in terms of like aesthetic, like mashing. You know what I mean?
Off topic, actually no, on topic, because we were supposed to be talking about the lore. Did you know that they
No.
made the Moon Knight meme canon? The whole Dracula
Yes.
owes me money thing, they made it canon.
That's funny.
I thought that was great.
It's an actual thing, though.
No,
Nope,
that's
no,
that's a fake panel. Yeah, like it's like they
Yeah, it's a
edited
meme.
the panel to like make it a meme, which is funny meme, so like good, but like yeah,
The
it's
Moon
not.
Knight memes
It's
are
not
just
a-
generally some of the best Marvel memes out there. I love the Moon
Yeah,
Knight
you
memes.
can
Forge
stop.
2000. I agree.
You can stop sucking Moon Knight's cock. Okay, he's not real.
Never.
Okay.
Do you use politer
Great.
YouTube language, Des? I mean, come
Okay.
on, man. You could just say stop glizzy gobbling. Like, YouTube doesn't know what those words are. It's a boomer.
I am
Fair
the
enough.
Moon Knight throat goat.
Yeah, bro, you are being demonetized.
Yeah, it's over. It's
There's
all
no
over,
hope.
bro. You're done. You're
Our
done.
wait-
See,
over.
that's friendly, right? That's friendlier. That's got none of that swearing.
Superhead over here.
Exactly.
Drake 4000 is right. I agree with him. He likes the schizophrenic stuff.
I'm actually he has
true.
Des is
triple
cringe. I agree.
personality.
So
Des is very
true.
cringe.
Des is
Anyways.
cringe. Agreed.
So we've got Doom versus Doom action in the story. What happens after the Doom versus Doom action? Like what's going on?
We
in the
got
story?
Doom Eternal.
Shut up.
I should replay Doom Eternal. Now that's a good game. Talk about good games. That's a good game. In fact, let's just change the entire
Yep.
topic of this podcast to Doom
Eternal.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
talk about
Doom
magic.
Eternal lore over you. That's a game with some shit lore right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there is what I could tell, the premise basically is with as the two Dooms fight, they create, a group of universes that are quantumly entangled now, and the wiki says they're called the chronoverses, where there's timelines that are all going at the same time. So like all of time is happening at the same time, but at different times still. And then there's different universes where people are fighting each other now because everybody's different allied and who's from a different reality. That's where all the skins come from as well. And some of the characters are trapped in their own universe. That's why Loki and Hela take over Ysgard, and then that's why Black Panther manages to take a Wakanda and make it a galactic empire, because they're like trapped in their own bubble. Then that opens back up and allows them to interact with the rest of the setting after already having these things be established, like kind of off screen or while the quantum entanglement are happening.
I see.
I was
That
thinking,
makes total sense.
yeah, for this like in-game universe to work, it's almost like you would have to have some sort of otherworldly elements come in there to balance everything out. Like maybe this guy's a different universe or something, and that's why I put up with
Yep.
certain things that the guy as we know him now might not be able to handle. Like you were saying with the Joker versus like Doomsday. You got to have some sort of in-world explanation for that. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they don't have too much of that. They have that a bit with, I'd say Captain America is probably the best example with Captain America, instead of typically being even in the main universe of this, being from being woken up in like modern day TM. What modern day means, shut up, don't ask. But instead they have him wake up in 2099 in the 2099 universe, which means he gets a pretty nice upgrade to his hardware. But like a lot of the other characters are still like roughly at their average power levels, which means some of them, like Peter,
Which
are like
that are most
Scarlet Witch
average
gets an
and for being
upgrade
the most
probably.
destructive.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch
I
gets
have
an
a
upgrade because she's
question.
Sorceress Supreme, right?
Before we go off
Wait,
Nope.
but I have a
before we go, I want to answer a question.
Oh, wait a
for
second.
Future
Yes,
Wario.
she is. She is.
Yeah.
Well, Future Wario asked one thing in Human Torch coming out. From what I could tell, it's February 21st or 28th because they said they'd
That
be
long?
added about 6 to 7 weeks after the start of season 1. That's what they said when they announced it. So just
I
that's
say
what I
it's
can go off.
clobbering
That's
time.
Anyways, so like
I have a question.
they're
Des,
like
are they
what we're looking
treating? Yeah, no. Are they treating 2099 as a separate universe and not just the future in that same universe?
a different universe.
It's always been treated as a different universe because it's
Yeah.
like literally always like every future time is always a different universe. That's why that's why in Spider-Verse, whether you're talking about the comics or the game, like the pre-Spider-Verse games or the movie, it's always been a different universe, which is why Miguel can sometimes hang out with Peter. That's the same reason that Mayday can sometimes hang out with Peter. I think she does in Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse. It's always been that way.
That is weird. I always assumed it was just like the future.
No, so it's basically, long story short, it's always been treated as basically like, yeah, we're doing What If, except we're not going to have Watcher come in at the beginning and be like, what, it would be really interesting if we just killed Charles Xavier and then the whole world gets nuked. Like, it's typically just like, no, we're just going to get like right to the point. We're not going to have like the opening narration by Uatu.
And the other thing that some of the other
kind of
stuff
like
is happening.
kind of related, but like the same thing with like the Ultimate Universe. Like the Ultimate Universe never had like Uatu come in at the beginning and be like, "This is the Ultimate Universe." Blah 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 blah. Like they just were like, "Yeah, it's the Ultimate Universe. It's a different universe from the 616. Civil War's not happening. Shut up. Okay, move on."
And what's going on? Another thing with this timeline that sets it up as like one of the characters who's pivotal to making all the things happen is while the Dooms try to slam into each other with their timeline, Doctor Strange happened to be in the mirror dimension with his astral form, so he can kind of just show up temporarily here. And he does so. He reaches out to other multiverse people who've been stuck here, who are Sorcerer Supremes, such as Wanda. That's why she's also the Sorcerer Supreme or Sorceress Supreme. He talks to her. They realize what Doom did, and they go to Limbo. And then while they're in Limbo, they get magic, and for some reason Wolverine's there. And together they decide they're going to go to Krakoa to try to recruit the mutants. From what I can tell from the stuff. While they're going to Krakoa, the timeline entanglement like shoves Krakoa and Arako together, and they get slammed into each other, which causes a whole bunch of chaos. And they get thrown into the 2099 timeline as well. But because Storm is there and some of the other heroes are trying to hold it together, they managed to prevent both islands from just breaking apart, and the island and the asteroid from breaking apart. And at this point, Magneto, because he's in 2099, is more heroic, I believe. And then him and Wanda team up where she enhances Cerebro, and that allows Magneto to recruit all of the multiversal mutants to him by saying X-Men to me.
So if you
So I just gotta say, Magneto totally stole all of Charles Xavier's thunder, right? Like there is barely any mention of Xavier.
It's Branson.
I'm pretty sure that's Xavier's part of the game as
Branson.
well, because apparently he was leaked to be in the game.
Is it actually gonna happen?
Yeah, I think they're gonna add him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if they do, that'll be interesting. But I have serious doubts he'll be in. Well, actually, Krakoa usually has big. I'm
nearly certain Rooney's right. I thought I saw leaks. I thought I saw that.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. There's some rumors
it was Xavier and some other obscure characters that I have no idea who they were.
Rooney
might be fake news. But I just want to say a few corrections. Wanda is the one who recruits Magic. I haven't specifically read that entry, but if I had to guess, it's probably because they're going off of pulling on the fact that for most of Wanda's history, she was considered a mutant, so they're probably going something along that lines.
Strange reaches out to her because
no, Strange does. I'm just saying the reason that they're together is a bit different than what you were saying.
Yeah, but I do want to.
Oh, I found it.
Apparently, the pre-entanglement lore. Somebody sent it to me, and I like the way that this description is written. So pre-entanglement. So this is the very first thing that happens in the setting. Dr. Doom barges into the Sanctum Sanctorum, tells Doctor Strange he thinks the secret to controlling time is vampire magic. He demands that he's given the Darkhold so he can do vampire research. Strange whoops his ass in a magic fight. Doom retreats, and Strange tosses the Darkhold into the astral plane for safekeeping. After his defeat, Doom then barges into Khonshu's divine space and demands Khonshu lock the moon over a city so it becomes eternally night so Doom could do his vampire research there. Khonshu refuses and then banishes Doom from his realm and sends Moon Knight to New York to prepare for the imminent vampire threat. Khonshu then leaves to go find the Darkhold himself. Despite the efforts of Strange and Khonshu, however, Doctor Doom succeeds in performing the time stream entanglement without the Darkhold and assists Dracula in plunging the entire city of New York into eternal night. Just utter insanity, which means Dracula probably should be in the game at some point too.
I hope so.
And I get to kick his butt as Moon Knight. Nice.
Do the people of New York leave at this point? Like,
no,
what
that enters the Empire of Eternal Light, which is the next slide I was sent. In the absence of Doctor Strange, a chronovivium enhanced Dracula moves into the Sanctum Sanctorum and casts a blood ritual powerful enough to lock the moon over New York City and flood it with his vampire legion at night. Mr. Fantastic and Iron Man are working on a device together called the Time Stream Reignition Device, which can fix the entanglement but lack the necessary chronovivium to power it. Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight are fighting vampires in the streets to no end, and we learn that Khonshu has the Darkhold and wants to use the Montesi formula to kill all vampires permanently, including the turned innocents. But Mr. Fantastic and Cloak are against this, but Dagger and Iron Man are teaming up, which very unfortunate for Cloak and Dagger situation.
Yeah.
It's also funny to think about because there's this comic run I was going to say that there's this comic run in Moon Knight where he fights a bunch of vampires, and given that Astro here's a comic expert, I wanted to know if it was taken from that specific comic or is this just coincidence?
So it's actually more taken from the Doctor Strange storyline of him fighting vampires. Because Doctor Strange had this whole storyline about him wiping out like most of the vampires. That got reversed eventually.
No doubt.
It was in Phases of Moon Knight, I believe. That's the comic where Moon Knight faces off against vampires and everything beyond that as well.
But yeah,
I mean, that's a pretty recent comic.
Basically, all of New York is taken over, and that's why there's the fight there. And Squirrel Girl, my beloved,
Hey, we're not at Squirrel Girl yet. There's another plotline that happens before Squirrel Girl gets involved.
Squirrel Girl is in the vampire.
No, she's not. No, she's not yet.
Yes, she is. She literally is.
So while all this is happening, Spider-Man gets contacted by the Web of Life and Destiny by Spider-Zero, and he said, "Hey, we need to protect this." He refuses and says, "I'm going to stay and help New York fight the vampires." So him and Human Torch team up with Blade in Central Park, and they're kicking vampire butt. Then Dracula comes up and, as is quoted here, whoops them and trounces them in a 3v1 fight. He kidnaps Blade and flies off to parts unknown. Then after that, Dracula's feeling pretty good about kicking the crap out of everybody. So then he pulls Ratatoskir from Ysgard down to Earth, and as well as pulling the Ether Magic down, and is ready to kill him permanently. Then Squirrel Girl shows up and starts to kick Dracula's butt, but he can't beat him because Dracula needs to win this fight, and he flies away with Ratatoskir, the legendary squirrel. So that's how she gets involved, sir.
Okay, first of all, that's what I was literally saying. I was saying she fights there, but to get back to some small adjustments and some added details. Basically, Penny Parker is in stopping Doombots from attacking the Web of Life, which I know you don't have because I'm looking at it too. Doombots are attacking the Web of Life. I don't know. I don't think they specify which Doombots. Usually Doombots are associated with, normal Doom. So maybe it's normal Doom, but Astro, correct me if I'm wrong. Does 2099 Doom usually have Doombots or?
I honestly, let me see here.
Comic expert, everybody.
Yeah, very helpful. Well,
I haven't played much 2099 for Doom. I'm sure he has some.
I don't know. It's okay.
You can just say that. Just say that rather than leaving me hanging, because I'll just move on. Basically, so part of that is they're trying to figure out how to like protect it so that like all the spider people don't get screwed. It kind of ties into a lot of the comic Web of Life and Spider Totem stuff. If you've read that, and I don't know if it's here or in a different thing, but they do mention there is multiple spider people in 2099, and that Penny is from 2099. Switching it up, which makes me very excited because I very much hope that Miguel is added.
I was going to say that. I was
Yeah.
going to say that this is the perfect opportunity to introduce Miguel O'Hara.
You have a correct
Oh.
opinion on this one for once.
For once,
So,
I always have correct opinions. What are you talking about?
Sure, buddy. Anyways,
2099. Imagine the possibilities, the gameplay possibilities for him, like the melee options.
No, we're not
options.
getting into this. We're talking about the story. You're not going to get me distracted like this. I will get distracted like this if you do this, but I'm not letting you.
Fine. Fine.
Where was I? And as part of her story, which is also reflected in the Japanese map, which is 2099, I believe. Or not. Actually, it's not 2099. It's the.
I found out it's Doom 2099 who sent the Doom bots. That's in the Tokyo lore section when we get to that, which is technically 2 things later. But I already covered the Krakoa stuff, so.
Cool. So yeah, basically Dooms are fighting that, and the Web Weaver and Spider Zero are protecting it. And part of that is also that Penny's helping them. And Web Weaver is focused mainly on protecting and stopping the damage from happening, where Spider Zero is also focused on that, but she's also much more focused on actually fixing the web, which is seen in the 2099 map when you play it, where the whole premise of it is that you're supposed to grab the escort Spider Zero to the end so that she can actually fix it. And the Web Weaver is trying to stop you throughout the entire thing. So in that, at very least, I know it's not a Doom versus Doom. It's more of Spider Zero versus Web Weaver or whatever his name is.
The 2 Dooms, after they entangled everything, people are trying to fight back against them to untangle the realities.
Well, but
what happened is the Dooms tangle reality together. Each one of them is trying to take over the reality, and then all the other people are trying to untangle everything.
Well, my only point is this is not a Doom v Doom fight. This is a 2 good people fight in this specific case. Second of all, I'm going to take a small tangent. Black Rooney, you're wrong. We've been over this a long time, and you're just wrong. And homosexual.
Des, you can eat a fat one.
I got it.
And then where was I? Oh yeah.
Time out for 10 seconds stream. You got it.
So then, yes, with the fight. So part of that is that, and we actually see it there's a lot of cool things that happen kind of at once within the story. So part of it is that in Penny's story, we see Spider Zero slip a little note through a portal, which immediately we see if you read Peter's, he talks about how, oh, hey, I just got a random note that says, give me 5 seconds, bro, and then we'll talk. And then we see that in Peter's where he's gets the note, and then 5 seconds later, Spider Zero's like, hey, Chief, you need to help us now. This is way more important than New York City being full of vampires. And Peter's typical thing, very much reminiscent at the end of what's that movie? The first Spider-Man movie in the MCU, Homecoming. He basically says as much as I would love to help you guys out, New York is my home. I gotta help the average guy. So then he stays. Like you said, then Human Torch comes and they get into a fight with Blades also that shows up. And they're like, "Oh, you're here, Blade." Well, I'm just re-explaining, but to where vampire. They're doing fine at first, but then basically starts choking. Yeah, he starts choking Peter, blows out Human Torch, and then runs away with Blade because he wants to. He captures Blade specifically because he wants to basically make it so that they don't need to have night all the time, so that they'll be able to walk around during the day. That's
to
the important
slurp
part.
Blade's Nightwalker essence. Wait, no,
Yes.
Lightwalker essence. Daywalker.
Yes. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
So then the next slide that I was sent is about Tokyo
I was
2099.
gonna
Do you
go
want to
to
cover that?
Squirrel Girl. What the frick?
Okay, go to
Let's
Squirrel Girl.
talk
Go ahead.
about Squirrel Girl and
Okay,
her
so
cheeks.
then Squirrel Girl is, during this whole time is basically just doing basically what everyone else is doing. She's just fighting vampires. Her squirrels are absolutely mogging the vampires. They are getting BTFO'd, just like Rooney gets BTFO'd on the arguments on Squirrel Girl. And basically this continues on until she randomly finds Yigisard, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, a giant squirrel!" And then she's like, "Wait a second,
I just told you that.
Ratisaki, whatever."
Yeah.
Basically, she's like, "Wow, that's a giant
funny
squirrel."
Nord words.
And then
I'm sorry. Hinging Hargan
Yeah.
Deegan.
she's like, "Wow, a giant squirrel." And then the squirrel talks to her, and she's like, "Wait a second, you're speaking English. What the hell? Why aren't you speaking squirrel?" And then
Yeah.
basically she's like, "Yeah, I was kicked out." I don't think Dracula specifically sends her out. I believe that this is part of I don't remember if it's Dooms or it was
Well, it
Loki.
says here that the squirrel was abducted by Dracula in the lore document I was sent.
So she does get abducted by Dracula, but that's at the end of the story. She's originally part of the World Tree, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is also kind of been chromium infused, which I think ties in as well to the Thor map or the Asgard map.
It's Chronovivium. What a terrible name.
Yeah.
Too many
Well,
vowels.
They should have just used
everything-
ISO 8 instead. You remember ISO 8? They should have just used that.
They're
It's
not,
much
they're not
simpler.
gonna, they're not going to do that because everything connects to
Chromovivium.
Chroniovivium. Because they're doing that. Because there's like basic form. Then there's World Tree form, which is why they get rid of the squirrel there with the unicorn horn. And then there's vibranium infused one, which is a separate one that we'll get into. I'm not gonna get into that now. Like, that's fair enough. We'll get there when we get there. But besides the point, basically Squirrel Girl finds her, talks to her, and then she's like, we gotta stop this. Then Dracula shows up and she's like, "Yeah, I got this." And then Dracula's like, "Yeah, you guys, like, this isn't a popular Dracula power, but like, you do realize I control animals, right? Like, I typically don't do squirrels, but since my vampires are getting mogged by them, like, might as well." So he just takes control of all the squirrels, and I think Iron Man shows up, saves her, and they, basically Dracula leaves with
his army of the night.
He leaves with the squirrel and he books it, and that's, funnily enough, the lore entry actually explains why she only has tippy toe, because she's basically like the only squirrel that's on her when Iron Man grabs her to like join the rest of them along with Moon Knight. Moon Knight is in Squirrel Girl's thing, so get screwed, Rooney. Your favorite character is in Squirrel Girl's lore entry, so now you're forced to read it.
All right, and then from there, I think we can move to the Tokyo slide I was sent, which explains the Tokyo map, I guess.
Can anyone in chat verify if a single word of that was true?
So 2099 mainly focuses on Tokyo because that's where all the big mega corporations are. Mainly
And I'm
because
going to read the lore entry that I was sent here. Black Widow infiltrates alchemists in Tokyo 2099 and discovers a frozen Captain America who's been there since WW2.
Cringe.
I agree, that is incredibly cringe.
What's cringe?
That's cool.
Captain America waking up in 2099.
I think it's interesting. Why is it cringe?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Why would
I agree with Astro because he doesn't talk much.
Yeah, because with Captain America being unfrozen in the future, he would be completely different than if he woke up today. Which is how most people would like him to be.
It's true.
I suppose he would be
for like 5 seconds.
How? Wait.
No,
Well,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Astro.
the purpose
so here's the thing.
of Captain America is to be an unchanged person in the future. That's the
No,
idea.
no,
He's
no,
the-
guys,
That's the idea,
guys,
but here's the
guys.
thing: he always changes. Is the point?
No.
What?
Okay, first of all,
What?
I want to pause for a second. You're all wrong because the main thing is of why you're all wrong is that he hasn't even experienced the future. He woke up 5 seconds before the game started, so he's literally just basic Captain America because he didn't even have time for like to learn stuff about the future to where he's like, oh, my ideas on the 1940s have changed. He woke up 5 seconds ago. He's literally like the same Captain America as like any other time that he shows up like after being defrosted because he hasn't had time to like adjust or like learn about the future.
That's what I mean. I think I agree with you, Des, as far as Astro. Yeah, what did you say? That like he changes based like he's still it's the same like base format for the character that we get regardless of when he wakes up. He's still 1940.
Yeah, that's the idea. On the idea of Captain America, like his whole thing is that he's a good guy, super deep down, and he's like he's going to be that person no matter what. Like that's what that is.
Let me
Yes,
put
but
it into
however,
perspective.
he does have to deal with the changes of the future.
But like,
literally,
like
there's
what
not-
changes to his character?
No,
do you
When
no,
he
need?
wait,
woke
guys,
up in the
stop.
original Avengers run,
Yeah.
he was very angry since all his best friends were either dead or
Oh my goodness.
retired.
Astro, I'm gonna
What?
kill you. Astro,
No,
there is
let
not
the man
time-
finish what
there's-
he's saying. Jesus Christ.
Clean.
Okay, so in the original, in the original like Avengers run, he's pissed off because all of his friends like went off and died in the 40 years, or 80 years, whatever. How do I math?
Mute yourself and you're gonna start talking to your family.
If you're saying that like he would change in a different way than like the one that we know from, let's say, woke up in 2012 in the movies, I don't think that really makes a difference because like we still like his whole deal is that he's from the base level of a guy who's from the 1940s.
I think you're gonna have to ask.
Still ultimately,
Kid, you're gonna have to mute Rooney.
please.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
Please. He still has the same principles that he follows anyway, regardless of the world that he's in, and like that's the whole deal with his character. I don't know if I missed something.
Mental. But he
Okay.
does change because when he wakes up, he has to get over him being angry. What we get is a cleaned up version of Captain America without any death at all, just the most basic guy.
After the momentary
Astro,
Wait, guys.
completely
I don't
disagree
know.
with you.
mode of
I don't know
thought.
how any of these characters you're getting that much depth out of any of them. I'm gonna be real. I mean, like these characters in game, they're not very much depth to any of them because they're just kind of murder bots that you control running at each other to kill each other. Like it's not the characters don't have depth in the game.
Mm-hmm. Before we continue this, my favorite chatter, not all furious, my sugar daddy says, the man woke up to the Japanese in America and probably grabbed the nearest weapon. I agree. And if I recall, in the OG comic run, they had him wake up in the present. He only woke up in the 60s.
Yeah, he always wakes up whenever it happens to be.
But I'm just talking about what Nefarious said before I even get to my own point. My own point on this whole subject is I think it's going to be kind of interesting because of all of the people who are making the game of the Chinese. The 1940s is probably the best time for American-Chinese relations because we were both at war with the nasties in Germany and the Japanese. So I fully believe that you'll be able to have some really interesting moments where you can have Captain America being incredibly pro-Chinese and it not be out of character. It'd be very funny if they did that. I just wanted to point that out because I'll let the panel go back to killing each other. But I just wanted to point it out.
I want to point out two things. One, Nefarious, yes, in the OG comic run, he woke up in the 60s, but that's because at that time the 60s were the present. He was introduced again to the modern reader from after
he always
the 40s.
wakes up in the present. That's how it works.
He basically always wakes up in the present. It's like how Iron Man always gets injured in the current war, because originally it was Vietnam that he gets injured in.
Yeah.
And with Punisher, originally it was Vietnam. But Vietnam's been a while, and because they have a sliding time scale, they have to be like...
Well, this one's the war on terror, Punisher.
It is always, the main Marvel universe is really weird because it is always the 60s and the 2000s, within 2 years. because it's until you get to like original or not original, Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars, where everything gets reset, and then I don't really know how the timeline mins together then, but I'm sure it's still a mess. But moving on from that point, I totally disagree with Astro, because the like, not only is it like not bad, it's like interesting, like what is he gonna do in this time differently, but also
The answer
there's
is
not like,
nothing.
shut up. There's also not time to even
Thanks, Des.
explore. There's also not any time to explore like what's he gonna do in the future, because I want to point out the story that he is introduced in Black Widow's comic, or Black Widow's thing. She's the one who finds him. He hasn't had any time. He wakes up and the incursion stuff is happening, or not incursion. What's it called here? Discount incursion.
Time scale stuff.
The time whatever.
Timey-wimey
So like
nonsense.
Stuff.
timey-wimey. So like any argument that like he's significantly different, it's like no, he's just 1940s Cap with advanced stuff, because he hasn't had time. Like, it's been 5 seconds for him since World War II. Like, he hasn't had time to be like, wow, women should be able to work. Okay? Like, he hasn't had time to like change any of his ideas from 1940 when he got frozen. It's been like a day.
Say so.
Yeah, no, like exactly. Like he just hasn't had time. So like I really don't get Astro's argument. Like it'd be even in his own explanation, he's wrong, which is my point. Because even if like he hasn't had the time for the future to change him, I think that if they did like have it so that he woke up 3 years ago, say whatever, random time, like then he'd have an argument. But also, like, they didn't
Having him wake up in 299 does absolutely nothing, like you've been saying. He could wake up in Krakoa or any other section of the game, and it would change nothing.
I
So,
do
like,
agree with
there's
that.
there's no point in him waking up like 70 years in the future, other than to take a look, this guy's from 2099. Isn't that different?
That is a better point than the original point that you made.
But
I'll agree with that.
But that's what
It's
you have
kind
a
of
problem
tacky, but it's kind of tacky because like they don't do anything with it. They don't have time to do anything with it because he woke up 5 seconds ago. But like, so I'll agree with that, in terms of that argument.
Steelman Astro would agree with him completely. Astro's right about it.
Well, Astro was originally wrong, but then Astro actually made a good point.
No, I clarified my point.
That was not the point. That you changed the point. That was a completely different point.
You made
It
it
was a
different.
correct.
It is the same point.
No, we're gonna move on because you were right in the end, and that's all I'm going to focus on. Okay, Astro, take the W. Okay, don't turn this W into an L. Anyways,
What's
Yeah.
next?
Captain America. He loves kissing boys now. Speaking
Oh,
of,
yeah.
that's true.
2099. So after Black Widow breaks him out, they escape together, taking down public eye security forces set to stop them and become separated in an explosion. Captain America is then saved by Wolverine, who brings him to Wakanda, while Black Widow leaves to track down the Punisher, who's in Tokyo busy murdering gang members, which, thank you, Punisher, never change. He just shows up into a new reality, the year 2099. I don't know where I am, but I must kill gangsters. Meanwhile,
So, wait, did you say that Punisher was exiled here?
no, I just love the idea that Punisher shows up somewhere.
Oh,
And like, oh, I just woke up. Where am I? Tokyo. Excellent. I will kill gangsters.
no. So there is actually something interesting with both Black Widow and Punisher in this, and it's that these guys
They
are
take the
from.
Nick Fury serum.
No, they don't. Widow does, but which yes is interesting. Both of these guys are from like the normal like 2012, say whatever. Like Widow is from 2012, but she eventually at some point gets the Fury serum, so that like Astro said, she is still alive. Punisher, on the other hand, gets like I think the official term is he gets like what's the term? Like back alley super soldier serum, and that's why he's alive right now. Like he literally just went to his local sugar dealer, his local sugar dealer, and then got super soldier serum, and that's why he's lived to 2099.
I love it. I love that there's back alley vendors in the middle of Tokyo just they're selling super soldier serum. This is the future that the Democrats want. So, afterwards, Penny Parker's basically just chilling in Tokyo, protecting the web of life and destiny from Doombots sent by Doom 2099, and that's when she sends the message to Peter Parker. Her compatriots, Master Weaver and Spider Zero, are in conflict over what to do to fix the web. Master Weaver banishes his student from the Spider Islands, while Zero sends messages throughout time to recruit other Spider people to her side. That meant literally nothing to me, so one of you please explain all of that. What is the Spider Islands?
So this
the
gets
Spider
into
Islands
a bit of what
are
I
like a
talked about.
connection. Oh, also you can unroot Rooney now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
All right,
that.
I'll unmute him. All right, so the Spider Islands. Astro, tell me about them. You've been quiet for a little bit.
Sure. So like the Spider Islands in this game is also a reference to the Spider Island event. But the Spider Islands are their way to connect worlds together. So it's almost like the Spider Island they had with the Secret Wars event, where there was a lot of spider people. So like this is its own unique thing, I should clarify. That's just for them to group together all the spider people to talk and save their universes from their spider totems and people trying to eat their spider totems.
They're not eating the spider totems in this, but as I kind of explained before, when I talked about Penny, this is what that's talking about. That's what it's referring to with the
Fringe.
We should not go into this rabbit hole. This is going to get us down a rabbit hole of.
Dude, it's a 3-hour podcast. We are allowed to talk about Spider Totem Crit.
It's not even related to this, though. It's related to the comics, which isn't related. Like, it's mildly related to.
So there's no Spider Totem.
Kinda. Like, it's a little. It's weird because then, like, I don't know how the multiverse in this works because both what's it called? Both Spider-Verse the movie and the comics always love to like be like, we have the multiverse, and it's like, well, does that mean that you're like connecting these two like multiverses because you have different rules? So then I don't think it's a good idea to go down. But,
it is not a good idea.
All right, if both comic experts are saying no, please stop, it hurts, Daddy, then we will stop.
Okay.
Only because you two asked so politely. All right, so then the last section here that I had questions on. So basically, this is just an excuse to get all the Spider-Man people into the setting, right?
Basically, yeah. They basically were like, we're gonna Spider-Verse is popular because of the two movies. How are we gonna bring Penny into this? Spider-Verse magic stuff, whatever.
All right. I also think that we can finally answer Future Warrior's question. All of us. Who's our favorite Spider-Verse web character and why?
299.
Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel seems to be cool.
Yeah,
it's Miguel.
Yeah.
All right. Universally, it's Miguel. I'm glad we can finally answer that question. 20 minutes later,
Love Miguel.
Future Wario.
Miguel is the best Spider-Man. He's better than Miles. Infinitely better than Miles in so many different ways.
First of all, that's a low bar. I don't know why you went for such a low bar. Like, you immediately were like, he's like the best, and then you're like, he's better than mine. Like, you just went for a low bar. You gotta go for like, he's better than Peter. Okay.
Let me say this though. Mayday Parker is up there. I've read a few of the Spider-Girl.
I need to read more of it. I have a lot of it. I haven't read too much. I do like Mayday so far. Mayday's up there.
I'm tired of seeing Spider-Gwen. I want to see Mayday back.
That's not happening.
It should, because I said so.
The closest they ever got, and the closest we'll ever get to a modern thing, is just the what Astro, help me out. What was the marriage thing they did during Secret Wars that they made a comic for a while?
Renew Your Vows.
Renew Your Vows. Thank you. That's the closest we're ever getting.
Okay. Oh, one thing, by the way, this is something I wanted to bring up earlier. So the characters that they are adding to season 1 of Marvel Rivals are Blade, Ultron as strategist,
So hyped.
Emma Frost as Vanguard, Jean Grey as a duelist, Deadpool, Hitmonkey, Captain Marvel, Angela, the Hood as Vanguard, MODOK, Valkyrie, Cyclops as duelist, yes. Colossus as
believe-
Vanguard.
There's
Professor
some
X
rumors
as
that they put in
strategist.
some fake ones.
I could see a lot of
Gia-
these being fake, to be honest, but
There's Space
Gia-
Pete is not going to be in this.
yeah, Pace.
Who?
I mean, I don't know. They have a lot of nobodies, but also
Do you have a
I will-
single source to back up that claim?
he found a random article.
No, my sources that I made it up.
He found a random article, and now he's quoting it as gospel. Anyways,
Yes.
Step out and say you're wrong, just flat out. I didn't have to look at the article, know what sources you're citing. They've got 35 characters in this game. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're telling me they're going
This
to add
is
another
way too
20 with
long.
the first season? That's
Well,
not
this
good for
isn't-
long term.
Well, how long is the first? Well, how
This
long is
isn't-
the first
this
season?
isn't happening. It's not happening. This
Yeah.
is not happening.
Bro.
Like, they have not
knows?
planned this
They
far
said
ahead.
they said they're going to release a character every month and a half.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That makes way
That's
more
way
sense.
more reasonable. But
So
anyways,
like 8
besides the
characters a
point,
year.
this did remind me. During the Squirrel Girl thing, she does mention she's friends with Deadpool.
Bro, Deadpool is coming.
Deadpool,
Plus,
Blade, and
Wolverine.
Ultron.
I got a quote for you. In Division 1, creative director Guang Guang announced that each season starting with Season 1 will bring new content, including new heroes. Recently, after the release of Season 1, Marvel Rivals game director Guang Yung Chen confirmed that during an interview with the Metro, the new heroes will be published on a regular basis in-game. With fresh seasonal stories, new maps, and new heroes in each season, the developer will distribute mid-season updates and balances throughout. The length of one season is about for 3 months, and each half of the season will introduce a new hero, meaning there'll be a new hero every 1.5 months.
Yeah, this is not happening. Like, this is absolute fake news just because it's way too much. Like, the first few, I think, are accurate because, like, Blade gets talked about in the entries, Ultron gets talked about in the entries, so I could easily see those.
And
two
there's
happening.
designs for Ultron as well. There's already leaked designs.
Okay, well then I
And
don't
for
know why
Blade
you're
as well.
really- I don't know why you're posting these fake news if you're not actually just gonna post something that's like reasonable. Deadpool I could see happening just because he's mentioned in like the story already.
Yeah.
But like a lot of this is just like this is very
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
know.
stuff they allegedly data mined, which I believe that, but like here's the thing. All this could just be references to characters. For example, we might not ever get Deadpool in the game, but the data miners found the words Deadpool in the game file, so they think that it could be in there. Because that's what happens when you data mine something. They just look for heroes they think are going to be in the game, classes, references. These could have been people they tried to develop and just gave up on. You know?
We don't know that yet. Like, definitively. We don't know.
We don't
just
know
have
that
to
yet,
wait.
but also the data miners didn't find Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic and all them. They weren't in the data mine. So, yeah. Anyhoozle,
Oh,
the
I'm
next slide
gonna-
I was
I'm
given
gonna
is
just
the one
treat it
that's
with
going
it.
to be the funniest one to talk about. Y'all ready for this chat? You're not ready for this chat. The
Which one are we
Intergalactic
looking at? Oh,
Empire
yes.
of Wakanda,
Oh.
2099.
Fun fact, it's actually from the comics.
Yeah.
From
I
the
It is?
late.
A Marvel
Yep,
character?
it's from the late Nessie damn it.
Ta-Nehisi
The
Coates.
Coates run.
Ta-Nehisi
has-
Coates.
That's how
is-
you pronounce it.
Yeah, oh man. What does just some guy call him? Is that fake holiday? No, that's something Kwanzaa. But yeah, I want to read this description that somebody sent me. Because I love this is a writing gold mine here.
Oh,
In
no,
$29.99.
kid,
Yes.
I want you to know before we even start this, they leave out a lot of details. I have a lot to expound on this because I read all 4 of these last night, and
I want
You're
you
not-
to read it. I want you to expound upon it. I just want to read you the summary here because
no.
it's very
I
funny.
just want you to be prepared that they leave out a lot of important details in the intergalactic empire of Wakanda.
It's okay. I just want to read this because it's very funny. In 2099, Black Panther T'Challa and his sister Shuri have somehow managed to expand their country into a galactic spanning space empire. Just somehow. Shut up and happened off screen. Great writing.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Exactly. The time machine entanglement has also caused a new type of power source, Vibranio Chromovivium, to manifest in the Vibranium star at the heart of their empire. Why are you adding more words to this stupid word already?
The
I told
Vibranium
you. I told you
star?
earlier. I already told you. There's 3 different types of chromvanium. There's the regular version, there's the World Tree version, and there's Vibranium version.
I can't wait. Let's just make it more complicated. Shuri wishes to use this new element to power Mr. Fantastic's TDR, the time reality device. I thought that said something different. But T'Challa is against it. He realizes that the entanglement has caused a dark presence, the King in Black, to awaken and corrupt his panther goddess Bast. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just gonna.
I love Null.
Okay,
Do you want me to do the next? Because you see the same slide I do. Do you want me to do the right slide, or do you want to do a summary now? Should I read the next section?
It doesn't matter to me. I can
All right. Concurrently, in order to defend against the threats of the Two Dooms, T'Challa has begun gathering heroes in Wakanda to form a force to fight back when the time came. He started by welcoming freshly defrosted Captain America, who then went on to enlist Hawkeye, the Winter Soldier, after rescuing the two of them for Hell's Heaven Hydra base. However, the experiments conducted on him in the base have caused an eldritch god to possess Bucky's metal arm, and he inadvertently goes on a rampage in the capital before Steve and Clint manage to put him down.
Oh, hang on. What's this?
No. I need to expound on both. Fine. What's your question?
Was this written by AI?
No.
Why does just his arm get possessed? Why?
No, there's an explanation.
Because reasons, dude. Because reasons.
No. There is actually a reason. Give me a second here. Okay, this is why I need to expound.
No.
Because guys, they are contracting like 3 pages into like a paragraph. And not only that, they are taking 3 pages, and that's one of them, okay? Each one of these, Captain America's, Bucky's, and Hawkeye's are condensed into 1 paragraph there. So that's
buddy.
like 6 to 9 pages.
What happens? I need to know. It's not complaining. What happened?
Okay. Look, if you guys stop complaining about it being nonsensical, I can explain.
Give it to me raw. I'm gonna
explain how more nonsensical is. Okay.
All right.
So starting off with the Black Panther one, it's a bit worse than that. Not only has so it starts off. The entanglement has caused the Null to first. He hasn't heard of the gods. He usually like prays to the gods, and he's all worried about not having his powers because, hey, for some reason the gods aren't responding like they usually do. Except for one of them who is not supposed to be around. The only god who can contact him is Bast's sister, who is the betrayer. She's the betrayer. She's basically. All the gods stopped talking to him except for like Satan. And Satan's like, hey, you want to team up? Because like the other guys, they're not doing too hot right now. And this goes on, and which is why then he's like, sure, we are not giving the vibranium chromium to Reed Richards and Iron Man. I know they want it. We're not giving them to. You can help them with whatever they're working on, but we're not giving this. Because, like, our spiritual side, with the gods, it's not looking too hot. And at the end of it, Bast comes back, but then she's, like, clearly possessed by the King in Black, and at the end of the story, is like, by the way, there's a new guy that we're following now. That's one, so it's not too complicated, still very silly. Now, on to the more fun story. So, basically what happens is, Bucky is sent to Hell's Heaven to beat up Hydra. He gets... So that is a Hydra base.
Is it just a base? Does it actually exist in Hell or Heaven? Like,
it is a base that's off of Antarctica, if I recall correctly, because... Hawkeye gets dropped by I don't remember if it was Mockingbird or just some random. There's some named character who drops him off. I forget which one specifically. It might be Mockingbird. It might also. I might be just
just a
playing.
military base. It doesn't actually.
This is just. Right? No, this is just like discount. This is average Hydra base. It's in the middle. It's just Antarctic
Sounds like
Hydra
a
base. No.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
Well,
because unfortunately dragged into.
It's because so when you think about it, right? So the Earth is hollow, and the entry point to the hollow Earth is the South Pole. So
Exactly.
Do not.
Underworld.
I was thinking it too, Rooney. I was thinking it.
Do not begin
that-
with the hollow Earth.
So that's where that comes. No,
Anyways,
believe me, I know more about this than you do. But
anyways,
Pops, I'm gonna snap your neck.
getting slightly back on topic before this becomes a Godzilla stream. So Hawkeye's sent in to rescue Bucky because he's been missing for a while. What then happens is he finds him. He's been tested on. So he has been experimented on to where he now does not have his robot arm and instead has a weird gluey flesh arm. It doesn't mention it here, but Captain America, small tangent, Captain America has been dead for like a week by the time all these stories happen in the present day. They don't specify what killed him, but something killed Captain America in some big event like a week before all this happens. In the modern day timeline. Getting back on track though, basically he frees him, and at the end of the story, Bucky, they cut his arm off. So the gooey squid arm that he had in the story gets cut off. It's gone. Smiley face. Everything's fine. From there, they're like, wow, everything's falling apart in this Hydra base because we just cut off an Eldritch God arm that you got. Anyways, we're gonna die. Cut to, I believe it's either Bucky's or Captain America's. I forget which one. Captain America basically is like, oh, who's the guy who I know can help me? Oh, it's Bucky. I love Bucky. Bucky's a great guy. He's like 13, but I mean, like, he was a great soldier during World War II. So they grab Bucky. Luckily for them, Hawkeye's there because, as you'll see. But so from there they start treating Bucky. Bucky gets his a new metal arm. They're like, wow, this is fantastic. While in the base, one of the Bass statues gets Null basically activates his Eldritch God arm, and his robotic arm that Shuri hooked up is kind of bioelectric, kinda. So it creates the metal. It's like metal squid arm now, and he's just freaking out, going around the base. And Hawkeye is able to use one of the Shuri beads from the movie, basically the thing that fixed Ross's back and fixed his bullet to the spine. They basically do that to reset his bio whatever thing. It's future science Wakanda text. That's the base. The only way to explain it.
Mhm.
So he basically it stops the Eldritch God arm, and then at the end they're like, hey, Bucky can now use this, and then that's cut to Bucky's ult. That's why Bucky has his ult in the game, where it's he has the squid arm.
Oh, that's why. I was wondering. I was about to ask like how if that was the reason why. But imagine just the applications of that kind of arm as well. Just the not the customization, but
Something to Jared, buddy. Go for it.
Please.
what?
Is that
What?
is that
What
where
are
you're
you
going? Were you thinking about
no. You thought no. That's not where I was going with. That's not where I was going
It's
with.
okay, Rooney. It's okay, Rooney.
You weren't going to have
No,
the
seriously,
flashlight
like,
hand
I'm
attachment?
talking in gameplay. Not.
okay.
You
I'm
guys
sure
have a
there's
dirty
lots
mind.
of gameplay. I'm sure there's lots of gameplay.
Lots of Joy-Con usage.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah.
You guys suck.
I'm sure you've toyed with your Joy-Con quite a bit. It's okay, Rooney.
Perfectly natural, little buddy.
I was thinking like a missile system in there as well, like being able to shoot missiles from there, or like a an arc a repulsor ray, like the kind that Iron Man has. In the I would like that moveset in just to have something extra to do with Bucky besides just going again over and over again, or armed and dangerous, all that with Bucky, because I think his moves in the games are quite in the game is quite limited. It's not bad, but it's kind of limited.
Is he the only guy so far who has a revolver?
Not a revolver.
I don't know. I couldn't
guess.
tell you.
Well, like no, because no one has a revolver.
Oh, he doesn't have a
Doesn't-
revolver? What the hell is his
It's-
gun then? I thought it was a big old chunky revolver.
It's chunky, but it's not a revolver.
Oh, it's just a thing.
9,000.
I see.
Something like that.
It's a BFG, okay? Well, actually, no, it's an SFG.
Uh-huh.
Small freaking gun.
Yeah.
Boyfriending gun. There we go.
Uh-huh.
All right, you know what's
Perfect
funny?
for my
We lost
dad.
about 3 viewers during that, but the minute I said boyfriending gun, we gained 2 back. So clearly,
There we
the
go.
audience loves
Amazing.
latent homosexuality.
Late.
Well, I mean, Rooney is on the stream.
Ah,
Yeah.
Iceman.
Latent. Astro was right there.
That's what's not in this game, which I'm a little bit surprised at.
Chinese.
They just say have Luna Snow.
I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah. After Gene Grey went to his mind, I'm like, "You're gay."
Oh no!
Oh, you don't know that?
I
That's
don't
how
think
they-
Iceman-
Iceman's
No,
probably
I do.
have
It's
an
just
interesting
the funniest
story.
thing.
It is. It's just like you're
Hey.
gay. He's like, no, I'm not. It's like, trust me, you're gay now. We're all going to
Yeah.
refer to you as gay until you accept it.
I
That's
have
what's
made you.
Well, hey, chat. Hey,
When I
chat.
snap
I have
my
a funny
finger.
thing. Chat, go. I have a thing. Go to my channel. In my community post, there is a vote. There you can vote which character you'd want to see in Marvel Rivals, and whoever wins, I will personally DM the executive producer of Marvel Rivals to add that character into the game.
Come on, go to the polls.
That's a great idea.
Also, like
Do
this
it.
stream right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do that too.
If you haven't liked and subbed and commented, like I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, you're basically
Yeah.
not a human being.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And by
Your life
basically,
means nothing. You serve zero purpose.
oh, yeah, so true, Mp. So true.
Oh man. Hot topic, by the way. While we're on the subject of Marvel Rivals, Dez, I'm gonna nail you on a cross for this one. Squirrel Girl is mid. She
We've already
is.
had this, we've already had this discussion several times.
Yes, but not in
Yeah,
public.
we did.
You're wrong. You're just wrong. I don't know what
In,
to say.
in public?
Like
No. Squirrel Girl is mid. Her voice lines are annoying. Her design is one of the most okay things ever.
You're wrong.
Her moveset is inconsistent. It can
You're
it can
wrong.
range between. Oh, you can keep saying that. It doesn't make it true.
I'm gonna
it doesn't-
explain after you finish.
Well, no, there's no explanation that is. There is no
Okay, so you're
explanation
done.
you could
You're
possibly
done,
have.
so I can explain. Okay, perfect. Okay, so she does so much damage, and not only does her dance things do so much damage, they bounce and they have splash damage. The fact that those things have splash damage is insane because I don't have to hit you. I just have to get like relatively close to you. You know the saying, clothes only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades? Those acorns are hand grenades, okay? It's fantastic. I love it. I do so much damage. Every time I play her, if we win that game, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting MVP because she does so much damage and kills so
The Gooner
good.
powers
Whoa,
help you
whoa.
play her well, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Every
So then
time I
you're-
have ever played a Squirrel Girl, every time I have ever played against Squirrel Girl, it's been at the flip of a coin as to whether she dominates the entire team or she's barely even a part of the team.
That
My
sounds like she's
brother
a
in
high
Christ.
skilled character then.
My brother in Christ, it is a skill issue on your part. First of all,
My part, I'm the one playing against her.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
I kill her easily in
you're
some
good
matches,
or you're
and
not
then-
good.
okay. Second of all, I will not deny that the weakness of Squirrel Girl, her movement is very mid. It is not good because the only movement she has is her bounce, which is good if you need to get up, but if you need to get away, the question is there something to go up to? Because if there's not something to go up to, you're probably dead. Unless you end up out damaging them, which is very easy again, because man, those acorns, they do so much damage. Like I don't think I can stress enough. If you're fighting another fighter, you just kill them because it does so much damage.
Counterpoint Black Widow snipe. I can snipe her with one shot.
If we played against each other in a match, I'd kill you more times than you killed me. Also,
Sure, buddy,
I also know for a fact that you have a massive skill issue when playing Black Widow, so I don't even know why you brought her up.
Right, I will admit, I have difficulty playing a skill issue as a Black Widow. I have issues playing as Black Widow, but you cannot deny that her sniping ability does significantly more damage. It can kill you instantly, even if you have full health.
I mean,
if I headshot you,
are also going to do things. You know, like it's not. The claim is just like, is Squirrel Girl like any good? And the fact that other characters are also good is not like an indictment on Squirrel Girl. That's okay.
Okay, what my point is here, that other characters are better than Squirrel Girl compared to Squirrel Girl.
I would agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that for Black Widow because her ult sucks.
But they do different. They fundamentally do different things.
Her ult. Yeah, no, her ult.
Well, they do different things.
Yeah, no, it does suck.
But the other problem is, from my understanding, and Astro, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't play much Black Widow or that's very. Okay, so that's very funny, kid. But Hawkeye seems to be the better sniper than Black Widow. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That is true.
No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. So in this case, Black Widow actually has someone who does her job better than her, where Squirrel Girl does not have. As far as like, there's not really another character that does nearly as much splash damage. Like the closest, like Iron Man, but Iron Man doesn't do remotely the same.
All right, so
Iron Man is so.
He has its repulsor blast as well. Like
the last thing I'm gonna say is she does a lot of splash damage to my pants. And then let's move on to the next slide.
Boo!
So true.
Ernie, I'm gonna go on your podcast. I'm gonna tell everybody what the horrible things you did, and then you know what they are. All right. So next,
you will do no such thing.
Clinitar.
I remember it.
Clinitar. So Shuri hires the Guardians of the Galaxy to go on a scouting mission to Clinitar, suspecting that whatever darkness was corrupting Bast came from that planet. Their ship crash lands on the living symbiote homeworld, built around the corpse of a dead Celestial. Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon desperately fight against the hordes of symbiote out to get them, while Groot makes friends with the symbiote plants on the planet's surface. Anything you want to test or go off of from there?
I haven't read any
Groot is awesome,
so I can't confirm nor deny. Like it's probably pretty accurate, but
no, I've heard that.
You said it again. I just had to plug my computer back in.
It's okay.
Where's the rest of the Guardians?
Yeah, Shuri hires the Guardians of the Galaxy to go on a scouting mission to Climitar, suspecting that whatever darkness was corrupting Bast came from that planet. Their ship crash lands on the living symbiote homeworld, built around the corpse of a dead Celestial. Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon fight desperately against the hordes of symbiotes out to get them, while Groot makes friends with the symbiote plants on the planet's surface.
Yeah, the Guardians, all three of them.
I actually read both the Rocket Raccoon and Groot stories. Like, the Groot one was kind of corny with, power of friendship and all that. The Rocket story was kind of cool since it had him focus on his engineering skills to save the day from the symbiotes.
I like the addition.
You want to elaborate on that, or is that it? That's all we're getting.
Yeah. Come on, share some more.
I went on an autistic rant about the ones. Like, give us something. Like,
if I remember right, there's barely any dialogue in the Groot one.
Okay.
The Groot one sounds like it kind of sucks.
So
you don't need to elaborate on that one.
It's just a lot of text and it all says "I am Groot." Yeah.
I mean, so is Rocket.
Yeah, he says more than
just fighting the symbiote astros. Is that the only thing that really happens in their entries?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't read the Star-Lord one, however, but pretty much for the Rocket and Groot.
All right. Meanwhile, Adam Warlock and Venom are both separately drawn the Clintar, where they both sense the awakening of Null. Adam drifts there in his regenerative cocoon after being spurred on by a sleeping Odin, while Venom teleports there using one of Magic's stepping discs. The two meet up, form an alliance once they learn they're both there to take down Null, and head off in search of the all black the Necro Sword, which was used to kill the Celestial currently housing the planet. What a name. All
Nowhere?
Black the Necro Sword. That sounds like a 1940s comic character.
It was
does.
created
Something
in like
going on.
2012 for
You do. Null
it
is,
was used by Gore the God Butcher
Yeah.
from
Yes, shouldn't they add? I think they should add gore into this game. Now that you
not
mention
adding
it,
Gore. They're
imagine
not adding Gore. You're actually
they
you're
should. I'm not saying that they would. I'm saying that they should.
They shouldn't.
They should because he's
Power
cool.
level's too high. He's unknown.
So
Nobody cares.
Adam
he's really
Warlock is there.
involved.
With the
They should
Necro
add
Sword,
Galactus.
Comic.
Yeah, but everybody
comic.
likes Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's actually like a relatively popular character. He's easily B or C tier. Gordon is like barely an F tier. I think
Luna-
Ultimate King is a more important character to the world than Gordon is, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna actually push back on that. Gore is very important because Gore is getting. We're getting back into the comics, completely unrelated to this.
It's okay.
Gore is very important, especially his storyline, because his storyline was very big at the time, especially since it took 3 Thors to defeat him. It took Old Man Thor, who had basically taken over Odin's place. It took Thor from modern day, and it took young Thor to beat him. And the comic storyline is much better because they're combining because the movie actually combines 2 storylines. It takes storyline a lot from the original storyline. I forget what it's exactly called, Astro. If you want to pop in, I'm sure you know what it's called. But the storyline where he gets involved with is very much the same in that with the basic premise of like he wants to kill all the gods.
Yep.
And a big part of that as well, though, is because same reason, the gods are selfish, blah, blah, blah. He gets the Necro Sword from one of them. But the big difference is there's no Lady Thor. That's a big, and they play it just pure seriously. Like there's a lot less jokes and a lot less bad jokes subsequently. And more importantly, it leads to Lady Thor, which you forget about how you might feel about Jane Foster Thor. The way it happens is that because of Gore's storyline and the effect he had on him, during the, funnily enough, lead up to Secret Wars, there was an event, I forget, I think it's Original Sin. And the whole premise of it is
that one
the
sucked.
Watcher's dead. Well, yeah, but the whole point is it leads to Original Sin, and the whole thing with Original Sin is at the end of that storyline, Nick Fury, old man Nick Fury, tells Thor Gore was right, and that causes him to not be unworthy in his own eyes, so he's not able to pick up Thor's hammer, and that went on for like 5 years or something like that. It went on for a while.
It did. Like Jason Aaron's run lasted for about that long.
He is important for Thor.
I have a question for you, Des. So I remember there being a panel where a bunch of gods were hanging from meat hooks. What was the context
Gore.
for that?
That's probably.
I know.
Gore.
I know.
Yeah,
I know that was Gore.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what do you want?
Like the context behind that, because I was curious, like the scene, the setting, what was happening at that time.
So
I don't
he's called Gore the God Butcher, right?
Yep.
And when you go into a butcher shop and you see when you go in the freezer, what do you see? To quote a certain book, you see all wild things from the country round hanging head downward from hooks. That's a butcher's freezer. Yep. So that's just him being a butcher. Yeah, it's kind of just what they do. So that's obviously representative of the name, and also to show what a savage he is.
He be butchering. He be meat hooking.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Kind of shows but yeah, the Thor, that whole thing, what do you call it, a run? That was intense, man. That was like, I like that one. Of course, they totally ruined him in the movie, but I think we talked.
Yeah,
they did. They really cast Christian Bale for that role, which I think was good casting, and then they just ruined it.
Christian
It's
Bale, yes, every casting he's had, he feels every scene that he's in. He's legitimately one of the best actors I've ever seen. But yeah,
it was just Taika Waititi being like really bad, like all
Yeah.
around.
And
With,
it's
like,
designed too, like it's just white Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Gore has tendrils coming from his. You know that alien
they
from
actually
Star
made
Wars
him
has
look
got
like
this.
an alien. The Twi'lek.
Yes.
Looks like a Twi'lek
Yeah.
kind.
He-
Yeah.
looks
Yeah, he's got yellow eyes, no nose. Well,
like the
he kind of
xenomorph.
has a nose.
He's got like the xenomorph
Mm.
face and everything. Yeah.
No.
No, I'm right. That's all right.
Anyways, I don't know. Do we want to get back on topic of the Toll lore? Because
Was there anything next about Venom and Adam Warlock that we wanted to talk about?
I don't think anyone's read this except maybe Astro. Question mark Astro.
I've read like
Yeah.
the first 12 issues of the 4 run. Oh, actually, no, the first
That
25.
is not what
They're
I
all my
asked. That is not what I asked, Astro. Thank you
Hang
for
on,
using your
Astro.
listening ears.
Let me ask you this: since this is a
I'm
different
sorry.
universe, hypothetically, is this a different one than the Eddie Brock Venom? It's the same.
I think this is
They
Eddie
mentioned it
Brock
was Eddie.
Venom. Okay.
He has
okay,
his signature on the lower page.
Okay.
Okay.
I just suspected because the voice lines that he has with both Penny and Peter strongly imply that it is because usually like he doesn't deny that like the past that they've had including eating brains and stuff, but like usually with other Venoms they have a different look, most famously with Flash had what was it? I know what was the alias he went under? It wasn't like just Agent Venom, right?
Oh, that was when it was Flash, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my point though. Is like usually they have a different look and they'll act very differently. Where this is like very typical and classic Venom, who's
Stereotypical, if you will, Venom.
stereotypical. Yeah,
Villain.
this is very much lethal protector Venom, where he's like more anti-hero, like the movies, but he's still had that past where he was a Venom, and he is definitely a cannibal.
Yeah. There should the voice actor sounds a lot like Tom Hardy's Venom.
I disagree. Like in terms of the fact that like it's all Venoms sound like roughly the same. I don't think there's ever
they
been
don't.
like
Steve
Venom.
Bloom.
No, they do not. They do not sound the same at all. So there, for example,
I will
let's look at
actually.
Insomniac Venom.
I'll
Insomniac
have
Venom. So he's voiced by Tony Todd, the guy that did what's his name? The
I have no
Right.
clue.
bee, something with bees,
don't
something
know.
with bees. I forgot. Anyway, no, Candyman. Yeah, the Candyman. I don't know why he's called Candyman if he's made out of bees, but whatever. His voice was okay. So it sounded like there was less fluids in his throat when he was speaking. It was a lot drier. Whereas the Venom in Rivals, his voice sounds kind of like how Tom Hardy did it, where he kind of.
Guys, you're not so true. Continue. Rudy.
Most of them have that. Most of them sound this way. The one that I will say sounds very different is Spider-Man the animated series. That one I know does sound different.
And Ultimate Spider-Man, the video game, he sounds very different.
I didn't play
Guys,
that
you're
one.
not that's
so
such a great chat. I'm going to pin it to the top. That way we can all enjoy it for the rest of the night.
Scar King would solo Marvel Rivals. I am banning you. I am banning. This is Vic. I swear. This is Victor. This is Vic. I swear. I am banning you. I'm time.
You can't
So
ban
bad.
anybody, Rooney. Oh,
Stop banning people.
Oh, what? Boo! Boo!
I timed him out. Don't worry.
don't worry.
I timed him out. Don't worry.
Let's see. I'm going to add him
This
as
is
a
right.
moderator
This is
now.
bullcrap.
Do no.
So bad.
No. Don't do it. No. Wait.
I was almost thinking the exact same thing.
Wait.
We have a new moderator added.
I will not stand for this injustice. Come Sunday.
Oh, yeah. There will be a lot of coming Sunday. But back to Marvel Rivals lore.
Inside you.
All right, brother.
So true.
Said Blackaroonie, claiming he was straight. So, Ysgard is the next section of the lore. After the timeline entanglement, Loki realizes the Crovivium-infused sap of Yggdrasil allowed him to see the future. In all versions of the future, Asgard lies ruined, except for the one where he becomes king. As a result, he schemes with Hela and casts Odin asleep and exiles Thor so he may rule the throne for himself. Hela agrees, if only to learn the master power of the Crovivium for herself. Is that all true so far?
Yep. The only I don't know if it's in the next section. Let me.
Thor is trapped in Asgard's Tower of Solitude, just long enough for Loki to complete his takeover of Ysgard. When he finally escapes, he's confronted by Hela, who has managed to infuse her army of the dead with Crovivium. Hela's army overwhelms Thor, and she banishes him from Ysgard by throwing him through a portal into an alternate timeline.
Army of the Dead, is that a Zack Snyder reference?
Okay. The only thing that I'd say is to be added is just that because I haven't read Loki's, I don't think, but I've read Hela's and Thor, and the main thing is that Hela and Loki are in a very tenuous alliance, and from her perspective at least, they are absolutely going to betray each other. So this is very tenuous alliance. And again, I know I said it earlier, but I believe that the squirrel that was sent down to what's his face, the vampire Dracula picked up, I believe either Hela or Loki. Actually, they might not have kicked. That might not be true actually, because I just remembered in Squirrel Girl's story, both Loki and Hela help Squirrel Girl out, so that might not actually be true. I don't know how. Maybe it was Dracula, but it wasn't Dracula alone. Someone was helping Dracula, but I can't remember who.
Morbius.
Thank you, Rennie, for your very insightful and helpful comments.
You're welcome. I will be right back.
I'm going to check real quick who helped that. So continue on.
The final slide, the preseason current lore. In the desert, somewhere in an alternate timeline, Bruce Banner has built his latest invention, the Gamma Belt.
It's a good short story.
In an attempt to control his Hulk transformations once and for all. The experiment sort of works, but also creates Monster Hulk. Thor crashes into this desert after being exiled by Hela. After fighting Monster Hulk for a bit, the belt breaks and he reverts to Banner. The two ponder what to do next. So you said this is a good short story, Astro.
Yeah, it's nice and simple. Doesn't have any extra BS. It's just plain simple Hulk versus Banner.
So he's got a belt?
Yes, he does, because they need an excuse for him to become Hulk, but not Hulk all the time, and to be an even angrier Hulk.
Can he set it to Wumbo?
Yeah, that's even angrier Hulk.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Where is it?
Next up, the 7 capital cities. Lin Lai recently became the new Iron Fist after his magic sword shattered and fused into his hands. That sounds horribly painful. Getting shards of sword all through your hand, owie.
Yeah, not a good time.
He becomes an apprentice under the Prince of Orphans in the merged capital cities, ready to train and eventually join the ongoing Time Stream War. What an awesome title, the Prince of Orphans. Is that like some Thieves Guild guy? Tell me what's going on with the Prince of Orphans.
That's Harry Potter.
Makes sense.
Kid.
Yes?
I did just check. I forgot, but I see now. It was Dracula did do it along with Doom. So Doom is working with Dracula. I don't think they specify which Doom, but one of the Dooms is working with Dracula.
Doom.
Probably, I don't know.
Regular Doom.
Not Doom.
Okay, yeah.
Doom.
We were sent a little meme from
Doom.
Enjoy.
Which
yeah,
one?
sure, do it.
All right, so on the plot that I just talked about, Like, who's the Prince of Orphans besides Harry Potter?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anyone knows. I don't think no one cared to look at Iron Fist from the one game where it's not Danny Rand, right?
Randy Dand.
Randy Bandbrander.
Astro, are you gonna like help me, or are you just gonna leave me out to dry every time I
Oh
ask?
no, is it Loki?
I'm saying, when is the normal Iron Fist? Who is normally Iron Fist with Luke Cage?
Oh, Danny Rand.
Thank you for answering my question after I have to ask it a second time. I have to get your attention. I have to say like Astra 3 times to get your attention and then ask the question, because I asked the question and then you answer something completely different that I did not ask.
All
That's
right,
how I
so
do it.
I just went to the wiki page for this guy, so we're just gonna read off of it verbatim. John Amon, or John Aman, better known as the Prince of Orphans. By the way, I want you to know his name is John Aman. Before I get any further, just know that's his name. I don't. By the way, I don't know what this is from Comics Find, so we'll see. If this is all false, it's their fault. John Aman, also known as the Prince of Orphans, was one of the world's greatest martial artists. That's how it's written, by the way. John Aman was raised by benevolent monks in Tibet known as the Council of Seven for the first 25 years of his life. He was also trained by the Council to reach physical and mental capabilities beyond normal humans. The monks also gave him a chemical solution that allows him to disappear into a green cloud of mist, giving him the first nickname Green Mist. I feel like one of these things is not like the other. Oh, you must meditate, my child, and you will achieve enlightenment. Also, here's some crack so you can turn into a smoke grenade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, if you studied under some of the, the higher level llamas out there, you might. I don't expect you guys to know about it, but
Didn't watch the hit Netflix series Iron Fist. I hit my face into the wall, not off Harris. Didn't watch it.
Nope,
But,
did not watch it.
Yeah, he's just basically a side character from 2007 that constantly shows up in Iron Fist comics since then. And I know that everybody here is so incredibly enamored with Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm. Favorite character in the MCU.
Definitely.
I don't like this version of Iron Fist. I want Danny Rand back.
I like how Moon Knight is like, who the hell are you? Where's Danny Rand?
Exactly, I remember that voice line. He's like, "You're no Danny Rand. I know Iron Fist. You're not him." And then he goes, "I am now. You wanna find out? Talk to the hand." And it's just him just being like, "I'm gonna throw hands on. I'm gonna throw hands if you keep talking." And Moon Knight just shuts up because Khonshu tells him, "No, this guy's actually the real deal. Don't mess with him." But still, like, I don't like him. I want Danny Rand back. He's my boy.
yeah, and I want Tobey Maguire back, but we can only wish for so much.
So
No, he's coming back.
true.
He's coming back. Wanna know why? Because money. That's why.
Also, they are bringing him back. He'll be called Ghost Fist.
Dude, no.
They better
What?
not do that.
Space Killer. I thought he was still in jail.
Also, it's Ghost
Yeah.
Spider.
Ghost
No,
Spider.
Ghost Fist.
So speaking of Ghost
That's a
Spider, let me go on a
Oh wait,
little
I'm
bit
sorry.
of
You're talking about Danny
2-minute
Rand?
tangent.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay,
Oh.
Yeah.
Rooney, Astro, I'm gonna kill you. This is like the same thing. We were talking about whatever. It's fine.
So Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider was initially the Ghost Rider version of Spider-Man. You know, Peter Parker sells his soul to Satan. He becomes the Ghost Rider, but he's actually Ghost Spider. And then, I don't know when this happened, maybe Astro knows, somehow, for some reason, they decided that Spider-Gwen's name is now Ghost Spider, and ever since then, they've been calling her that, while Ghost Spider, the original, has been referred to as Spirit Spider.
That's
I
very
hate
funny.
that.
I was thinking of the original Ghost Spider. That's very funny. I totally forgot about the Spider-Gwen thing.
I hate that.
I completely blanked on that.
Why do you hate it?
That's very funny.
It's a stupid change. Not only does Spider-Gwen not have any ghost-related powers,
Yeah, I know why she's called
that-
Ghost Spider. It's very random.
it does. Yeah, exactly, it's random. It does not fit the character at all. There's a reason why Ghost Spider is called Ghost Spider. It's because he is supposed to be the Ghost Rider, and it's a play on the name as well.
Mhm.
Well, no, he's both Spider-Man and he's Ghost Rider because the whole
That's-
storyline with that is because.
But yeah, but it's a pun because Spider.
That's what I meant.
Well,
Yeah, it's a play on
it
Ghost
is,
Rider.
but like, I'm just saying, like, it's because basically in this universe, Uncle Ben didn't die, and because of that, Uncle Ben's like, you should be a selfish, evil guy, and then at the end of the story, he beats up Uncle Ben, I think. I'm serious. And then at the end, either Uncle Ben. So it's a whole story where basically Spider-Man, Hulk, and Deadpool get transferred to a different universe, and they meet up with their alternate universe. I think it was like a. I don't remember Hulk. I don't remember what Hulk was doing. I think he just had to fight like a monstrous version. Deadpool hangs out with Doom, who is basically the Deadpool of this universe, until the end of the comic, which it's like. He's like, Deadpool, I'm Doom. And then he has to beat up the actual Deadpool, which I don't remember what his deal with. And then Spider-Man's like, oh, wow, Ben's alive? That must have been great. And then it's like, oh, he was evil. And then at the end, Spider-Man gets redeemed, which is why when he dies at the end of it, he becomes Ghost Rider.
Spider-Man, just so you know, your uncle dying, that's extremely important to you not being a prick.
I forgot what the story
but,
was called, but
he's
like
evil.
that the whole thing was like, it was specifically something about like, what if this important thing didn't happen? So then, like,
Oh fuck! I think
everything goes wrong. But I don't recall what it's called. I guess I was just looking up.
I
Ghost
think I know
Rider
what you're
and
talking
Google
about,
gets the
'cause
right one.
it was a specific series on different superheroes where they all highlighted like those specific events. What if they didn't happen? Right? It was
Oh,
like
for this one, it wasn't too many. It was specifically 3, and it was Hulk, Peter, and
Yeah.
Deadpool. But yes, like it was.
I forget who it was. It was like if Wolverine never met Xavier. It was like one of those like type of things. I remember. I read like 1 or 2 of those. I'm trying to remember.
Well, there's What If, which does that, which is
I
not
think
what
it is
I'm talking about.
probably
What
is.
If does that, but What If does that for literally everything. So like, there's a comic where Cable ends up killing Xavier, and it ends up with Magneto being on the White House lawn, and the nukes get shot.
Oh, okay.
Rooney,
That's where the fun
What?
begins.
My bad.
what is Ghost Spider called now? What is his new thing? Ghost
Spirit
Spirit?
Spider.
Spirit Spider, thank you.
It's so dumb.
What
It's
is
so
the storyline
corny.
called? What is the storyline called? They're gonna help me.
Storyline is called bad.
Thank you, Astro. Okay, if you
He's
want to
right.
actually be
He's right.
helpful,
He's out of line, but he's right.
do you like Spirit Spider or no?
I like Ghost Spider as a concept. I don't like Spirit Spider as the name of that concept.
Okay, do you like the story that he appears in, or do you know literally nothing?
No, I don't like it. I just
Okay.
like the concept.
Thank you.
Cause he's cool, like
Okay.
Ghost Rider.
Okay. I'm not gonna find this. I think you're fake newsing me. I don't see this. It's under a different name.
Just look up Spirit Spider.
I tried. That's why I'm like. That's why I said you're fake newsing me, because I can't find it.
Xiao Jun, known by his infamous alter ego, the Spirit Spider.
It's not
So,
him. It's Peter Parker. What I'm talking about.
Oh, that didn't even cross my mind. That was the last thing on my mind. The fact that it was Peter Parker. That was the last thing on my mind.
Well, it should be the first thing, because what you just said was not Peter Parker, so it's clearly not the same guy.
Well, it doesn't. Okay, hold on.
You're useless. You're actually useless.
Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out this comic, and I have him talking about Jean. I'm like, that's not who I'm looking for, Rudy.
So while the co-hosts try to figure out who can give the chat an aneurysm quickest, the next section on my lore
It'll
document
be Rooney.
is the Collector's Museum. The entanglement
Ooh.
causes Mantis, Psylocke, and the best character, Jeff, to get teleported
Jeff the
into the
Shark.
Collector's Museum and put on display. After weeks in captivity, Mantis is put in a cage fight against Mantis, a Mantis variant, who sacrifices herself so Mantis can escape. She breaks out Psylocke and Jeff, and Jeff mogs the entire enemy team, and they make an escape on a stolen ship. Currently, they're heading to Clantar to aid the Guardians. However, Psylocke receives Magneto's cerebral message. Yes, no, maybe so.
Maybe so.
I'm gonna say yes.
That is probably a thing that happened, sure.
And to be final, the last bit of Marvel Rivals, the penultimate thing. You might be wondering, which characters have we not talked about yet? Why? The most important characters. And this is their
Moon
origin
Knight.
story. Jeju Island. While performing a concert on Jeju Island, a tsunami caused by the raging Monstro approaches the shore.
No.
Luna freezes the
No.
tsunami and then calms Monstro by healing a tentacled wound on its side. Namor then shows up and thanks her, but says he'll eventually conquer Jeju Island and the rest of the surface world. Eventually. Luna shrugs and says, "Go away, I want to finish my concert."
It's very basic. Her story is like not very important, but yeah, that's the gist.
Oh, that's it. That's
It's
about as deep as it goes.
like there's nothing special about her thing.
We
It's
need
very
to add another
underwhelming.
Chinese chick to this game so we can have them.
Yeah.
Of Korean.
It's literally like, oh hey,
Okay.
there's like.
That explains why she was hanging out with Psy.
Oh my goodness! Finally, I found it!
Racist.
I found it! I found
Yeah.
it! Is he ever called? He's called Ghost Spider. You're literally useless to me, Rooney. You're literally useless. It's not Spirit
He's still called
Spider,
Ghost
you
Spider.
troglodyte. I couldn't.
He's still
find
called
it.
Ghost Spider. He's still called Ghost Spider. He's still called Ghost because I've never heard of him beyond that point.
I'm gonna.
I couldn't find him beyond that
I'm
point.
going to kill you.
The only time I've heard of him is when he has been referred to as Spirit Spider, considering that it's the
Finally.
exact same design.
Finally.
It's the exact same design. It's still the spirit of vengeance as well. It's still there. It's still involved in the storyline.
What do you mean, Rooney?
Okay, it was called Identity Wars. It was an event called Identity Wars, and there's some
bro.
Infernal Hulk thing. Oh, that's right. There was a Demon Hulk. I don't remember why that happened. Why did this happen? Oh, right. In this, Banner becomes Sorcerer Supreme and separates him from Hulk. Yeah, this was a weird what if thing. Anyway, that's besides the point. I just needed to get that off my. That was going to bother me. And Rooney was useless in finding it. I give him no credit for any of this.
Nah, Rooney did
I
that.
give myself credit. I give myself credit. I don't need you.
deserve nothing. You
I
didn't help
don't
me. You were
need your
actively spreading
approval.
misinformation to literally like Astro
Same
was
design.
No. Astro apparently was like Astro knew, but Astro's the little troll he is. Astro knew, but he didn't tell me. He didn't feel like speaking up. So Astro of all people could find it, but Astro just didn't want to tell me. He wanted me to have an aneurysm.
Same
trying to look
design,
from it.
same
Which-
concept,
no, shut up.
same spirit Avengers.
Rooney,
You
you're
shut
an
up.
idiot. Rooney, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Astro, you're a troll, and I kind of respect it to like let me have this aneurysm and just not tell me. I kind of respect the balls to do that and just make the stream worse because no one's saying anything while I'm just furiously typing on the internet trying to find where the hell it is.
And
Anyway,
I'm right. You're wrong.
You're an idiot.
And I think with that, this is maybe a good spot to end the show today, guys. What are you guys thinking? We got it covered all of Marvel Rivals lore, 100% of it.
I think the problem
Pretty
is
much.
that we can't
I
get
mean,
out of
there's
this
some talk
without.
about the maps. We could talk about the maps. Like the Doom match has a lot of Easter eggs.
I don't know. I
can
think we
remember
should
them
rate
off the top of my
butts.
head.
I think we should rate butts. We shouldn't get out of this without a butt rating.
Before we
So,
do that,
whose butt
I
is
like
the
that. I like that idea.
All right, so Astro,
I'm
start
gonna be
talking about
honest.
maps. Well, I find Marvel Rivals butt lineup for us to rate.
There you
Great idea. Yeah.
go.
Go ahead and do that. Astro, do you have a favorite map, or did you want to point out a specific?
Ooh. Favorite
Go on.
map? Let's see. Let me tell you my least favorite map in terms of design, not gameplay. The worst gameplay-wise is Midtown. The
Really?
Midtown one is awful to play in. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
awful.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
pretty
So many
awful.
spawn campers.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the new map sucks. I had one good
Pretty
match.
cool design,
Funnily enough, the one good time I had playing with it was in was ranked. But also, I think that was just a skill issue on the other team because we absolutely dumpstered them. So
Let's see. Least favorite design is certainly the Yig's Asgard map because it is so plain. It is literally just sandy stone floors, golden Asgardian architecture from Jack Kirby. Although it's not Jack Kirby though. It's a weak imitation. Let's see.
What's your favorite then?
My
What
favorite
do you
map-
like?
wait. I'm sorry. I want to comment. Not Alfarius. I also appreciate Spider-Man, who is a bunch of spiders who think they're Peter Parker. I do enjoy that. That is
Peter-
a very
We need that skin.
Peter Piker.
that would be a good skin.
Peter.
Spiders, man.
Yep, spiders, man.
It's human spider, guys.
Uh-huh.
The man.
Anyway.
You got my name wrong. It's a human spider.
Anyway, so what's your favorite, Astro? Still in the spot here. Don't think we forgot.
Let me. Man, I almost want to say in terms of design, Midtown comes close with all its sorts of Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tempted to say Clintar, but it's too dark of a map in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Mars type location when you get outside the second zone is kind of gorgeous.
All right, let me just.
Galactic Empire of Wakanda, I would say maybe one of the capture the point maps. Specifically the one with the gorilla versus the panther statue, and the one in the middle with all the rock and the ocean with the rivers going towards it. If you remember that one.
Hang on, slow down. You and also Dez and Rooney, you played the game too. First of all, what are the criteria for what's a good and a bad map? Because you're just naming things.
Well,
Any
I'd say the good maps are typically maps
Like,
that
I'm not talking
have
about
like
gameplay.
I don't know
I don't know anything about maps.
I don't know why you're judging it without gameplay. The most important thing is gameplay. Like it's cool if there's like an Easter egg, and some of them have some pretty cool Easter eggs. But like there needs to be a holistic approach where you consider all of that because it's really cool if there's a lot of references. But if you're getting spawn camped 5 seconds, every 5 seconds you step out. Or a very big problem with Midtown, it takes 5 years between the spawn point and like getting back to the action, like the rest of the to the cart for that case. Then like the map sucks because like you don't want to have. It sucks to play because you die and then it takes 5 years to walk to where you're going to be facing enemies again. And that's not including if you have to wait for your team, because if you died, there's a non-zero chance the rest of your team died in that team fight that just happened. If you lost it. So, and that's especially crucial for Midtown, because then also the spawn points aren't that close to the end points where it goes into a new stage. So it's very easy on that map to just get steamrolled, like absolutely dumpstered. That map sucks. Anyways, yeah, bottom line, it needs to be a holistic approach. I don't know why you're like acting as if you can judge it. I mean, you can judge it alone, but like that's like when you're asking best map, you can't like be like, oh well, I like the references, but like the gameplay sucks.
Yeah,
no, you have to take
the whole
you have to
thing.
consider the gameplay. You have to consider both.
That's the whole thing about Easter eggs is like they're called Easter eggs because you find them and it's a cool surprise, but it's not
Exactly.
ultimate goal. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Here's this thing. Here's that thing. That's if we had that same approach for movies would suck. Good thing that doesn't happen though.
Yeah, looks
But-
into the camera. What was I?
So, are we ready for the degeneracy chat? Is that where we're at?
Oh hell yeah,
my
we're
goodness,
so back.
no.
I would like to say that
Uh-huh.
I am not particularly impressed with the lore.
It's kind of weak.
I am.
It has some
I
kernels here
disagree.
and there, but that's good.
I totally disagree. Wait. I want to push back on this. I disagree. Like it has a lot of the silly comic stuff. So like if you're someone who's like, oh, the comics are silly or they're too convoluted or there's too many made up, elements or magic or whatever or technology, then like in that sense, fair enough. But like, if you can like get over that hurdle where you're willing to like kind of get into like, oh, it's like comics. Like, there's a bit of silliness you need to like kind of accept to get into the world. I guess nothing too much more than like.
Let me ask you this.
But,
The thing, my problem is,
Oh,
however,
wait.
my problem is, okay, so Doctor Doom, he wants to, at least our Doctor Doom, he wants to save the world from the original, like the 2099 Doctor Doom, right? Because Doctor Doom 2099 was the one that did the mess up, right? That messed everything up.
I
right?
have no. I'm.
Hang
Astro?
on, Rooney. Before you even go on, let me ask you this. First of all, we have to take into account for context, like what the lore accomplishes, right? Because the whole point of the lore in a game like this is like, what is the point of the game, and does the lore make that like palatable and coherent? Does it make sense? Like even in an abstract way where it's like the time travel universe thing. Like I think
honestly,
I think it does enough to set it up. You know what I mean?
I think it does. I think A, it does enough to set it up. B, I think it ties together really well. Like, I didn't expect the amount of tie-ins, but like, and it's really interesting because you can be reading one person's entry, but if you go to another character's, like, it's clearly one story. Like, there's like point A, point B, point C, and some of the stories intertwine in really cool and interesting ways. Some of them are just completely out on their own. Like, Luna is just like, her story is literally pointless in the grand scheme of things. So unless they like tie her in eventually, like that one's completely useless. But in terms of the best example I have is the what's it called? It's Hawkeye connected to Bucky connected to Cap. Like, those three have a really nice through line of one story of Hawkeye goes to save Bucky. Bucky has this tentacle arm. How do they deal with it? Cap goes to help to grab Bucky, and from there has to get Bucky under control once Bucky gets the Lord of Black starts
King
to
in Black.
King of Black starts to control his get him to get the Eldritch Cthulhu monster to come out of his arm again, his stub arm.
Well, that's not really my issue. When I said that I wasn't particularly impressed, it's not because I think the story is badly done. It's just that the story doesn't particularly pop out. I mean, sure, we got little stories here and there, like the Punisher and the Black Widow one, for example. Those two in particular, I think those are pretty good. Like not like not like something to lose your head over, but it's all right. Basically, keeping everything not okay. So you maintain the main plot, right? You everything that happens in the main plot affects everything in the more smaller scale parts of the world, right? We're talking a heist of a boat, right? We're talking about like a boat.
We're
full
well
of weapons?
beyond the heist of the boat. Like, this is.
They're trying to sink a boat, basically, and it's something simple, right?
That's not what they're trying to do. He's stopping a drug bust, and then but B, it's tying him into the more grander plot of resisting against Alchemax and Public Enemy, I believe, or public whatever, the 2099 like cops people. But like I totally disagree, because you're expecting more than, because like this is like some nice details, but let's be very realistic. These are text entries that you have to read. This is not a comic where there's nice art to go along with it. This is like text on a screen. This is like an article.
It's good. It's good. It's good if you want to like flesh it out. It's good if you want to flesh it out, but
1 second.
Yeah.
I like that. I agree with Futuraro. Asgard is the best map because Jeff can knock people off easier. And honestly, Jeff's story is kind of lacking. He just escapes from the collector, and that's it. We need more Jeff lore.
But he ate all the Infinity Gems.
Did he really?
Yeah, so that's how he can do
No, you're gaslighting. I'm looking this up. There's no way. Does he actually?
That's great. You looked that up, Rooney. Listen,
I'm looking that up. I'm fact checking.
So what Des was trying to say, it plays into what I said Or about like, does the lore accomplish what it needs to do within the context of like, what's the ultimate point of playing the game? And like, I think you're focusing. You're focusing too much on like the story that happens before, and it's like, no. As long as we get to the point where like the game is good and we enjoy it and we understand what's going on, I think you're good.
Like it's some nice flavor.
Like I said, it's not I'm not like I said, I don't think it's a bad story. It's not what I'm saying at all. It's just at least for me, it doesn't help me like immerse myself into the world any better than to like just playing the game would. I would just
I disagree
approach
with
the
that.
game.
This gives a lot of details.
Like
that
you don't have to.
You don't have to. I mean, you're not supposed to. It is good that you don't have to read this. It's good.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to like immerse yourself in that, just then go for it. Because once again, I don't think it's incoherent. At least, but for me, I wouldn't invest myself in like I tried to, but it just didn't. It didn't like personally impress me. It was just okay. You know, it's all right for what it is. I appreciate it for what it is, especially the Punisher and the Black Widow story. The Khonshu one. Moon Knight was acting quite in character, at least his relationship with Moon Knight with Khonshu. I like that. I like that part. The Spider-Man one, Spider-Man was also acting in character. I like that quite a bit. When I got to Adam Warlock,
goodness, no, oh my, so it's way better. Not only does he eat the Infinity Stones, he eats the Cosmic Cube. He eats, unless I'm mistaken, he might have eaten the Crimson.
The what?
He might have eaten the stone that creates the Juggernaut, since he says he ate a Crimson Gem and a flaming demonic scroll. I wonder what that is.
It's probably something to do with Dormammu.
Maybe.
Dormammu is mentioned by name, by the way.
Oh, is he? That's interesting.
In the Moon Knight story. The Doctor Doom has these things called the Blades of Dormammu, and they reminded me a lot of the Blades of Chaos from God of War. The way they function, at least.
Anyways, let's get back to what's really important.
Yep.
Let's
the
rate
entire
this
reason
one's
that
ass.
this game is selling well, the ass economy.
Yes.
All right, chat.
Yes.
I posted this for the hosts.
Uh-huh.
This is the tier list. We are on tierlist.com. It's working out very well. I'm gonna see if I can scroll so you can see a little bit.
It's actually on tierlist.com.
You make your own tier list, Jane.
There are 5 different versions. It took me a while to find the best version, which is this one. I edited the categories because the categories were terribly lame and just awful.
Where's Jeff?
Let me see.
As I say, Jeff seems to be missing. I couldn't find one with Jeff.
We're so back.
So there's none of them that could find that had Jeff on there. So the categories we have is damn she/he thick, nice, average ass, needs to do some squats, and crimes against ass.
Yeah.
Oh, the bottom tier should have been called long back. Like a really long back.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that the image of this woman sending an image of her butt to her boyfriend. He's like, I know you were having a bad day, so here you go. And he goes, what is that? Because he couldn't recognize what part of the body it was because it was so flat.
Astro, next geez, I said Astro. Oh my goodness.
I'm not
Rooney, next time just find the Astro. Rooney, next time just find the meme. Like just look for it.
Yeah. All right, so up first,
I didn't post the meme.
Let's start the list.
Are you seriously gonna do it on screen? Oh my
yes.
goodness.
Yeah. You're not getting out of this, coward.
It's gonna be funny. Come on, Astro. Besides, this is all for you.
Astro, come on.
Yeah, Astro. Tell me who the first character on the list is, Astro. I don't know who that is. Whose butt is that?
Hulk.
That's not Hulk.
So, chat.
Hulk is the fourth one. First one's Adam Warlock, I think.
Yeah, I think the first one's Adam Warlock.
Yeah, first is Adam Warlock.
Right, so chat, how are we liking Adam Warlock's ass? I think he's an average ass personally, but what are y'all thinking?
I don't know. From that picture, let me launch Marvel Rivals to inspect
We're an
these.
average.
I gotta give
Alfarius. You know what you should do now, Alfarius, if you want us to stop it? If we get $5, I'll stop this tier list. If we get $10, I'll let you vote on who goes where. Every dollar donation,
donate $5. Rooney, do $5.
Rooney's not going to do $5. He's going to do $10. He's personally going to do it. No. He's personally going to do $10 just to put Squirrel Girl
in long back.
Yep.
That is true. Well, actually, no. I wouldn't put her in like
$1
it's big.
rig the vote. By the way, it's only $1 to rig the vote, not 10.
So I'm gonna go with
what was the 10 vote then? I thought you said $10 or something.
10 lets them pick anything. 10 lets them change anybody else's votes.
Oh, okay.
I can't work with money. I can't work with money. I'm broke.
All right. So Adam Warlock seems to be first up, and we're putting him in average. What do you think, Pops?
I'm gonna put him. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna put him in nice. I'm gonna put him in nice because it's a dude, you know, and like you got to take into context.
Yeah, we got to boost up the homies.
If we're including,
I would agree. I would definitely agree. That's what I was gonna say.
Because he's pretty well toned. You know what I mean? Like he's got a pretty strong butt. Like he could probably squat a decent amount. You know what I mean? He's worked hard for that. I gotta pay him some respect here. I look at that,
and he was created to be perfect as well, like the perfect human being. So
when I look at that dude's ass, I go nice. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I agree.
All right, and let's see who's next up on this list. They're the Blacks.
I agree with that.
Yeah. That's Black Panther.
Black Panther's
long back. I think that's long back.
You think he's long back? Ooh, he might be. I was going to put him
think he might be neat to do some.
I think
that's what I was going to say.
There's barely anything.
I don't think I can see it on stream. Hold on.
You know what?
Long back.
Is
this showing up on stream? I don't think it is. I don't see. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it now.
Now, that's not the most complimentary pose to be in, but I do think it's probably needs some squats. I wouldn't call that long. It looks long back just because of the stance that he's in. You gotta, you guys look at your asses in the mirror like me, right?
Yeah.
So let's go with that. Yeah. I'll pretend that I do that for a second.
He would need to do some squats.
You know, it's weird because I had a mental image of him with a fatter ass.
You're thinking of Chadwick Boseman.
You've seen too many of those GIFs, Peg. That's why. You've seen too many of those GIFs.
You're probably right.
Well, at least he's only seen the GIF and not the full video, Rooney.
I don't know. Because
that is true. That is true.
His legs are pretty well toned, so I would assume his butt looks better than that just from that picture.
Well, you would think I agree that you would think that, but I like it's just not that great.
I would say
Astro, why are you so upset about this?
Is Astro really upset?
He wants to keep his chastity for me. He wants to keep his chastity for me. That's why. I don't blame him.
He's so
I don't blame him.
Astro is proper.
He is a proper lady.
You don't find Astro.
He is a proper.
Oh my goodness, Rooney, you actually did find it. That's great. Good for you.
The meme?
Yeah, the meme. That's what Astro was complaining about.
No, Astro is also very upset that we're doing this.
Well, I know he's also upset about Astro. I know he's also
maybe he's insecure because it's actually humongous in real life.
No, he's insecure because they're all skinny and in shape, unlike his typical
comic wives. Yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on. All right.
Yeah, Astro. I know. What are we doing? What do you think Black Widow is? Is she nice or is she
medium?
Damn, she thick. Astro.
No, that's
top, Nimes. She thick.
That is a perfect butt. You could throw a quarter at the butt and get like $3.25 back.
You're actually out of your
No,
money.
hear me out. Okay, so there's the white skin, the Black Widow movie skin. It looks bigger there.
No, it doesn't.
I'm curious.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna fact check this real time.
No.
I'm fact checking this.
Oh, not all Farius is leaving.
You can just go on the game and just look.
I'm
just
on
pull
the
it
game.
up
I'm fact checking it right now. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's bigger with the white suit. I'm telling you.
I think he's right.
He actually is right. There's a whole bunch of memes about how it's pay to win now because they made her butt bigger in the white skin.
I'm looking at it.
So
fact check true. That is fact check true.
So she's even hotter in the white skin.
That is fact check
I am the glute connoisseur.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, she's definitely at the top.
She's got to be at the top.
I don't know, like.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to put some guesses in chat. If Howard the Duck's ass is not on this list, is not legit. I don't think Howard the Duck's in the game now, Alex Gomez.
He's not.
He's
Alex
not.
Guillermo is doing.
I think
fake
chat is
things
frozen
right now.
in the stream. You
It
should
just
probably
takes a
like
little
I
while.
don't think it is. It's probably behind
I
about
don't
8
think-
seconds for you.
Let me see.
oh
Yeah.
Yeah, there
By
it
the way, we the poll for should we kill Rooney in Minecraft TE is ending soon. So far, no. We love Godzilla is winning.
Damn it.
I take it back. Please vote to kill me. I want to die.
All right. So
Um,
next up is definitely the first actual long back. It's Hulk.
Yeah, that one's kind of wonky to look at.
I mean, by virtue of
Put it in
him
jam.
being like huge, like a huge man,
Yeah,
huge
so
muscular
what'd you
man.
say?
By virtue of that,
Lemon red.
Yeah, it's
You think he's
straight up.
thick?
that is, oh my no, dude! Even Bruce Banner is long
Yeah.
back. There's no.
yeah.
no,
version
Bruce
of it.
is long back.
Straight up.
Bruce
Straight
is
up
long
long.
back.
No, but that's why I literally. Thank you for agreeing with me, but in an arguable way. You're literally just agreeing with me. I'm trying to like
Yeah. Hulk is for sure long back. No question.
Hulk and
Yeah.
Bruce are long back.
Come on,
Hulk
man.
and
Bruce,
Hulk is
yes.
separated on
Hulk,
this
I.
list.
Come on.
Hulk
You
is
got the
also.
pictures. You got the same picture I do, boys. I posted it in council text. Those are the pictures I'm looking at.
It's long back. It's long back. You're out of your mind if it's not long back.
Yeah, that butt is.
Mm,
That butt is.
Bruce, yes. Hulk,
Are you stupid, Rooney?
That butt is.
What are you
it's square.
So
It's
long back.
square.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
All right.
square.
I think next up is Winter Soldier. I can't tell who these people are.
I think that's Cap.
Oh, that is
let
Cap.
me-
I think you're right.
No, yeah, that's Cap. That's Cap.
I put him in
Alright.
average.
Oh, they're
I-
they're going by the order that they appear in the
Yeah,
in the heroes
alphabetical. Alphabetical.
Oh, is it?
That's
Oh
I
what
my
didn't realize
gosh,
that.
you're
Yeah.
right. It is.
Top
yeah.
row.
Why is Hulk before Captain America?
It's Bruce Banner.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not alphabetical.
Just-
Oh, I
it's
see.
Bruce
That makes
Banner.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes
It's,
sense.
it's
Adam
Bruce
Warlock,
Banner in the
Black
end. It's Bruce
Widow.
Banner.
Why is Black Widow
Bruce
up
Banner.
there? And then-
Bruce Banner.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes they go the superhero name. Sometimes it's their. I think it's just Bruce Banner that gets his name rather than.
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
put
because
Cap as
Hero
average.
Hulk is the transformation. Hero Hulk and then Monster Hulk. So it just counts as like a transformation and not actually like the character itself.
Gotcha. All right
Is-
then.
That is America's ass.
Yeah, he's pretty
Real
average
true.
though. I don't think he's as well toned as Adam Warlock for sure.
I'm putting him on
That's
average.
why. That's what I
Does
said.
any man in this game have a decent bottom to gaze on? Alex, I'm going to give you a little spoiler right now. He's going to go into damn thick category. There's Venom for you. We're just going to put Venom right there for you. Venom's ass will destroy garbage trucks, my friend.
Oh my goodness! Holy crap! You're right.
Maximum.
Do you think his 19 inches would reach all the way up there?
Shut the hell up, Rooney.
Rooney, I wish you
Rooney,
didn't. speak.
I think that you need to go do some personal research on Venom. There's a good website. It's a collection of several databases. It's got several rules to go with it. All you got to go to the website that's got the 34 rules, and you'll
I
be
was
able
gonna
to find
say, how
all
many
the
rules
pictures
are
you
there?
want
But you ain't-
of
The
Venom
19
Venom.
inches.
19 inches.
The moment you said website, I already knew where you were going with that.
Well, of course.
You think you slick boy? You think you slick boy?
No, I think I'm funny.
Shut up.
Sure.
All right, so I assume then,
That's just
based on
your
if we're doing
opinion.
alphabetical, the next one is Cloak.
Yeah, that's Cloak.
I think
Cloak
she's in the
doesn't
nice
even
ass.
have a back.
That is.
That's
Cloak doesn't even
Yeah.
have a back. Dagger.
I'm sorry.
Dagger,
this is
on the other
This is
hand.
Oh,
Dagger.
then I guess
Dagger.
it's Dagger.
I'm sorry. Cloak. No, Cloak is the black guy. Dagger is the white lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
What she's double caked up. So
yeah,
I think
she's definitely
Yeah.
and damn. She's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, once you go
Yeah.
black, you never go back.
And if what's her name is on this list, you can also put her up there. The Invisible Woman, because it's the same.
Invisible
It's the same
Woman?
butt actress.
Malice.
I don't know if she is. Rooney, how do you?
Nah, put her
Alex,
at the
we're getting
top.
there. Alex, she's the last one on the list. Now that Venom's done, she's the creme de la creme, the ass de la ass. All right, so then
No bunny.
Who's after Cloak? Would it be and Dagger?
I think
Full
that's
group.
Shang-Chi. No, I'm sorry. That's Doctor Strange.
This is Doctor Strange. Okay, he's a long back from this picture. Just
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing.
he's
Yeah, he
long
doesn't
back.
have any.
There's nothing there.
and I'm gonna put Groot in long back too. I'm sorry, Groot. He's got nothing.
Yeah, it's
Groot's got
very, it's a
negative
very
ass.
wooden one.
Long back.
Wait, it's concave? You're saying it's concave? When you say it's negative, you're implying that it's concave. That doesn't make sense.
Look at
I mean, he
Groot's
just
butt in
doesn't
this
really
picture.
have a butt.
It might
He
be.
doesn't really have.
There's
one.
nothing there.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
Are you trying to gaslight us? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not saying it's not, but negative implies it's concave. Just say
Shut up,
0.
man.
I would put Hawkeye and needs to do some squats.
Yeah.
He's
Is it
got a
squats
little
category?
dunk, a tiny dunk. Yeah,
Not
there's
really.
a little.
Oh, dude,
There's a little junk in his trunk, but he could do
He's
more.
not quite average. You don't think he made it to average?
No, I don't think so. It's not as voluptuous.
Junk?
It's not
as,
average. It's not average.
as
Junk in his
Cass.
trunk? Don't you think that's just the hemorrhoids?
It's
No.
not good. It's not
No,
No
good.
hemorrhoids.
that-
Superheroes don't get hemorrhoids. Don't
might
be
be-
silly.
Oh.
That might be average now that I looked at it. I'm
I
looking.
don't think
average.
it's average.
but you got to
Just look at Cap.
compare that.
I think it
compare
needs
that.
squats. I think it needs squats. I think it's like Black Panther level.
Yeah,
But compare that.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't
Compare
see
That's what I'm
anything.
saying.
Compare that to the other.
The pictures in our Discord.
No, I'm talking about the picture itself. I can't see anything. No shape, no nothing.
Yeah, there's not really that much. There's like a tiny bit of shape, which is why I
Yeah.
say he needs squats.
Server said squats. Me and Pops are outvoted.
That's fine. Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Alex, you joke, but we had 2.5 hours of intricate lore now. And the whole reason anybody's actually playing this game is for the asses, which viewership has shown, by the way. We got up to our maximum amount of viewers. Now we're talking about asses. So the people want the
Know what
ass.
people want. We know
yeah.
what
You know what? Go with the squats then. That's fine with me. Yeah, whatever. I
That's
get
where he belongs.
All right, so who's next?
That is Hella. I think Hella is in
Average.
Yeah,
No,
I would say she's
she's
in.
in
No, I would say
nice.
she's in nice.
She's in nice.
I think
She's
she
in
looks.
nice.
I think it looks better with her cosmic costume, the cosmic empress. Or
I
whatever
might
it's
be
called.
biased
Cosmic,
because
yeah.
I am looking at the cosmic one, and that is very nice.
But we also
Yeah.
judged Widowmaker on her best skin, so I think it's fair to do so.
I mean,
So
even
how-
on her not good skin, it's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
nice. I'd
Yeah.
say it's nice.
It's nice. It's not top tier, but it's nice.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
the wide hips really do it a lot of favors. That's the
They
thing.
do.
That is
Help a
true.
lot.
Yeah.
All
That
right,
is true.
So I don't know who this is, but I know after this
Shang-Chi.
person, it's Iron Man. So
Shang-Chi. Oh, there's no invisible
No.
woman. This list doesn't have. This one's outdated. It doesn't have invisible.
No,
woman.
she is
It doesn't
there.
have Mr.
No,
Hands.
Des.
It has
Des.
cloak.
No, she's
That's
there.
the
She's
same
just
thing.
invisible, but she's there.
he already
Okay.
got it.
She's just a transparent
We're
PNG.
gonna
She's there.
drag
Uh-huh.
her. And we're gonna put her in damn she thick already. Okay.
There we go.
Next up. So who's this character? Is this Shang-Chi?
That's Shang-Chi. It's
It's-
I'm sorry,
yeah,
Iron
it's-
Fist. Iron Fist. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Iron
He's
Fist.
Chinese, so I'm like already.
That
I'm
might
like,
as
oh,
well be
You are
Shang-Chi.
so
I
racist.
know.
I was like, Shang-Chi, I didn't know he was in this game. God, Des.
He might as well be. He
So
might as
he
well
might
be.
be in long back. I don't see nothing here.
Yeah, I'm
He's in
gonna say
long
long
back.
back.
Yeah, he's long back.
Ain't
Long
nothing
back.
there.
Yeah,
Iron Man, I think, is up to needs to squats. He's got something there, but he definitely needs to put a little bit of effort in.
The suit
is
is not
true.
helping him because like I don't know what Iron Man himself is looking like, but this armor is not doing him any favors.
yeah.
All right, so we're almost done. I don't know who's next. This character.
It should be
Iron
just
Man.
a shark, but I think we skipped one
That's
to
Iron
go
Man.
to Loki. It's Loki.
So we did Iron Man already. So this is Loki.
Oh, you did Iron Man? All right, Iron Man.
Long back, because he's very nimble. He's very skinny, so it's
I
definitely long back.
disagree. He's got a little bit of something.
You got to look at the
Little
picture.
bit. He's
got-
got a little bit.
I don't see anything.
I
I
agree.
mean,
Alex,
look-
there's a joke somewhere.
If you look at in the game, there's a little bit of something. There's not much.
So see,
there's
up
a
to
little.
squats. You gonna argue he's up to squats?
I think I do average. I think he's up to average.
All the way up to average.
Nah.
I don't know.
You know what?
I don't
I'd be
know.
willing to
I mean-
put him at he needs to do squats.
The problem is that like you can't really tell because all
A lot
his
of it's
skin's
in under
hide
the
his booty.
cloak. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so the way he's arching, there's like it's
He's
further
got some
than
potential.
you'd expect. Exactly, that's what I mean. The way he's arching, it's got some potential, but a lot of it is hidden by the cloak, so it's hard to be like,
Astro.
exceptionally definitive.
Yeah, you
Average.
should know. You should
See,
know because
average,
you're
there we go.
Astro.
Astro
Yeah.
says average to everything.
Astro.
Wait,
said
what?
average.
Average? What? No.
You have
Astro,
to
you're killing
understand,
me here.
Astro is like Astro wants to kill himself.
All right, so
like,
half
right
the
now.
chat put him in average, half to put him in long back, so he's going and needs to do some squats. It's split between you both, so we're gonna split the difference.
All right.
I mean,
Astro, who's this
I
character?
said that I'd be willing to put it in. He needs to do
The
squats.
next one I
so.
think is Luna, based on alphabetical. Let me
All right, so
double check.
Astro, what do you think about Luna's ass? Lead us off here. Nobody's saying anything about Astro.
Average.
You think she's
It's
average? You don't think
average.
she's got a bit of a better butt than Captain America?
No, not at all.
You're out of
Really?
your mind. You're
Oh,
actually
you're
out of your mind.
totally out of your mind.
I'm very disappointed in Luna, honestly. I thought it'd be bigger.
I'm gonna kill you.
hang on.
It's-
Based on that picture,
It's average.
We are
Based
at nice. I'm putting that in nice.
no.
Average.
That's
I
a
think I'm
nice.
with
Average,
Pops.
that
I
is
think,
average.
I think Astro might have this one. What do you think of Pops?
I'm probably gonna have to go with average just based on this picture. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if it's cool or what, but this is like look at the next one. It's nothing impressive compared to that. You know?
Yeah,
I guess
Exactly.
that's fair. Hella's ass is much, much nicer. So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, putting it next to Hella's would be disrespectful to Hella.
Yeah.
That's what I respect it by that measure.
All right. So who's this other blonde lady here?
That's magic.
Magic.
She's squishy. She looks squishy. I like it. I would put it at nice.
I might have to
Put
go
it
with
average.
Astro. Listen, yeah, this is going to be one of the top.
This isn't nice. This
It's
isn't
got to
nice.
be one of the top two. It's probably
I think nice. I feel comfortable with. I don't know if she quite makes the damn. I
yeah.
think she's
Yeah,
solidly
no.
isn't nice though.
Yeah,
Is it
I would go for
She's
nice.
got okay, so the shape is there and it's squishy too, but I wouldn't. It's not like it's no Black Widow. So
So Astro, who do you think is better so far? Are any of these lists that you disagree with completely, Astro? Where'd you put Jeff?
I say.
Where's Magneto?
Put him in the lowest tier.
Magneto? All right.
Magneto, I think, is next.
Magneto's
No?
not on the list. That's why I was saying.
Then who's
Oh,
that-
that's
who's
weird.
Black shorts right that I have on screen.
Is that Bucky? Hang on.
Where are you looking for?
That is
I don't
Magneto.
see Magneto. What?
That is
Where?
Magneto.
Right after
Where?
Magic.
He's right next to Magic. Yeah, that is Magneto.
Oh, that is him. Yes,
Oh
that is.
shit! You're right.
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
him.
he's in long
Yeah.
back. Or
I think he's in long back too. Yeah.
I would put him a little bit higher. Like he needs
I
to do
wouldn't.
some class because there is some shape there.
I
There is
disagree.
some shape.
Yeah.
It looks a lot less. There seems to be more polygons there than in the Captain America.
This is copium.
So,
This is copium.
Well, listen.
I would-
here's.
but it's the lowest of the low in the he needs to do some squats thing because
can
there is
tolerate
a
that. I can
quadrilateral
tolerate
shape.
I'm
There is a
gonna,
quadrilateral shape there. So
I'm gonna say squats too, just because there is enough shape.
Yeah,
It's
fair
like
enough.
he's got a small butt, but it's like toned. You know, like it's
I
still-
can respect that. Mantis, I'd say needs to do some squats because she's got something, but like who was it before? Her cloak thing is covering it, so it's hard to tell. Like Loki, it's covering it up, so it's hard to get like a definitive. Plus, I don't think we put any woman in needs to do some squats, so like since it's so hard to tell and there's not too much, I think that's
I'm not. She's
yeah,
not doing
if you
it
look
for
at the galactic wings, you can see a little bit more, but not enough, and so I would put it there as well.
Is she Asian like in the movie?
He's like a
Yes,
alien.
but she's not as
She's
good
a
looking in the
person.
movie.
All right, yeah, I agree. I think.
She's got like giant anime eyes. That's her thing. And antenna.
In the movie, she looked a lot better, especially the
Yeah.
face.
So who's up next? then?
So it should be Mr. Fantastic, which actually has something for once, but he's not
But
on the
that's
list,
probably-
so we're not going to
yeah.
look at that.
If I remember
So it's
correctly,
even
he was
better.
probably like long back, like he was square. He had a quadrilateral shape.
He's at worst. He's actually
Whatever.
he's got
All right,
he's
so we'll
average
skip
at
over
work.
him for a bit because I don't have him on this list. So who's this character?
that's Moon Knight.
Moon
Yeah.
Knight actually has a tiny bit of cake.
He does. I put
I
it at
love
average.
Moon Knight, but I'm not gonna put him at average. I would put him
Really?
at the very top of needs to do some squats, or at least next to Iron Man or something.
No, he's way better than Iron Man. He's way better than Iron Man.
Yeah.
No, I said beneath Iron Man. Sorry, I meant beneath Iron Man.
Are you insane? This is better than Iron Man. I don't know what you're.
Yeah,
What are
That's
you
what I'm
actually
saying. I
talking
said
about?
beneath Iron Man. I said
Saying
beneath.
the
That's what I
opposite, where you're
said.
saying he's better than Iron Man, above Iron
Yeah.
Man.
That's what.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said.
Which makes sense
That's
because
what I
tier
said, though.
0 is the highest tier. Oh.
He's like beneath 4 times, and now he's like, and it's like, no, but that's better. It's like, do you know what beneath means? Like,
Well, I mean, if you're talking about like tiers, like tier 0 is the highest tier. Like tier 0 is the best. So beneath,
Tier
I
0?
understand where he's coming from.
No, what do you?
I'm agreeing with you, Des. I'm agreeing with you.
What
you're
do you?
agreeing with me in a stupid way, though. That's what I mean.
What he
It's-
said.
Everything I do in your eyes is stupid. Come
That's
on.
not true. That's not true. That's
It's just
not
a little breakdown in communication. It's all.
It's a breakdown.
Anyway,
in
We're
communication.
putting him in average or needs to do some squats.
I would
I'd say
put him in
average.
average. I would put him on the low end of average. Yeah, the very lowest average. Anyway, the next person on the list is going to be Namor. Namor.
Namor.
Namor.
On this picture. What do you think, Pops?
Average.
Average?
No, I disagree. I think he's in
No.
neat
I
spots.
think
He's in
Yeah,
neat
I
he's
spots.
think
in
it's
these
nice. I think nice.
Nice?
All the way up to
You're,
nice.
you're actually insane.
I don't know.
You're
No.
actually
Like the very
insane.
bottom of nice. The very
This is-
bottom of
this
nice.
is-
Because it's still got that quadrilateral motif
is-
that seems to be ever present in the male character ones.
What are we talking
But
about?
there is like enough shape there. There is
No, it's-
some shape.
It's
It's
almost
on par with
long
Adam
back.
Warlock.
This is insane.
It's
This is
almost.
insane.
Wait, which one is Adam
almost
Warlock?
long ass.
This one right here
This
with the red
definitely
cape.
needs to do some squats.
This
Oh.
is, this is actually copium.
Okay, well then at the very top of the tier below that then.
You think he's an average then?
Sure.
I-
At the very
I-
top.
I
I think
think
it's better than
no,
Captain
no,
America's.
he's
I think
average.
it's
He's not
definitely
even
better
average.
than Captain America's.
I put him at the bottom of average because he's at average, but I don't think it's better than Moon Knight's.
Yeah, no, he's in the upper end of average.
Nah.
Because I think
Nah,
it's
it's
like
better than next.
it's like you can see it, like it's there, but it's nothing special. You know, it's
Yeah,
pretty much
it's there. It's
It's-
nothing special.
Maybe
We're
it's the
average.
angle by which we're
No, no,
looking
no,
at
no,
it
no,
because I
look-
can
look-
see the shape.
it's got the
Look
shape.
at
look
the
at
thing
look
that
at his
Peg
side
did.
profile.
Look at
Look
the
at
thing
his
that
side
Peg
profile.
did.
Yeah,
There's
look at his side
nothing.
profile. It's nothing. There's nothing there.
It's average.
Wait, let me
He's
see.
fat.
Oh,
flat as
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I did not see that
What
angle.
happened
You're
to-
right.
Yeah.
Shoddy died. Bro, what
wait.
dude? By the way, Shoddy, you're in the description. So if you want to join the call and rank asses with us, I thought you were going to join us today, so I linked you already.
Bro, what did
Okay, I did not
What
see
the
that.
hell
I did not see
happened?
that
Dude,
angle.
he's typing like me. What the frick?
Yeah, I'm saying Namor's almost in long back. He's almost down there.
No, I
Yeah,
don't,
you know, I was not familiar with that angle of Namor.
Yeah.
You're
Put him
right.
in
No.
average, but whatever.
You gotta check the
I'm
side
fine with him
profiles.
going- I'm fine
So,
with
yes,
him going
Shoddy,
lower.
You can get an explanation. So we finished the lore already. He's joined the call.
Yes.
What? I just joined into. I had to go do like a shower and the things around my house, and I just come back to yes, ass rating now.
Well, that's what we're on to. That's where the podcast went.
just, you
We
might have
couldn't
to
get out of this without that.
Are you serious, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're almost done. We're at
Expounded
Namor.
all the lore. We covered every piece of lore in Marvel Rivals Season 0 and 1.
Garbled,
Yeah.
are you joining or not? Because if you're not gonna be very serious and join in on this, we're probably just gonna
Escape
have to.
Garbled.
I got really confused for a
Shut up,
second.
Astro.
Just
Shut
Help
up.
us bully Astro,
So
Garble.
just hearing
Talk
everything
about-
a few seconds later, got really confused. Good
yeah,
narrative.
we're talking about man-ass now. Who's up? Who's the next man in the list?
Ernie.
Next one on the list is that's Mad.
Psylocke.
Sorry, Psylocke. It's Psylocke.
I will not be counting that skin. I will be counting the original comic book skin, and I would put her at she thick.
No, fuck you, dude.
Let's see. Original comic
mean-
book. Yeah, she's thick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Original
that's-
comic book skin. Original
I
comic
didn't know
book
you were
skin.
going
Yeah.
by the fucking
Why don't you
comics.
post it for us, if you guys? By the way,
I'll
Astro.
screenshot it right now. 1 second.
Yeah, Astro, what are you thinking?
I
You
think
Psylocke
average.
is? You think Psylocke thick?
That's
Put in,
squat.
you know what? Put in
bro.
low tier. Put in
Low
low
tier.
tier. Put in the
You think
runes
she's
hair.
low?
Oh,
really?
it's
No, you're
Okay,
insane,
No,
dog. You're
man, no, let
crazy.
Astro explain himself. I know he thinks he's trolling right now, but I'm going to force him to actually argue with me and tell me why he thinks her ass is worth. Come on, Astro.
Because it costs money.
That's a
What?
valid point. Spending money is very
No, it's
cringe.
What are you talking about? Brazilian
What about
butt lifts still make good butts.
You're supposed to
That's
see
part of
nothing with the
lifeblood.
default skin.
No.
You do see like the default skin with gotten her lower, but we already said we're counting non-default skins. So like,
Yeah, we're saying we're kind of the best skin. We've been doing
Kind of
that.
everybody at their best.
Oh,
What do you think, Shoddy? Is he muted? Okay.
this is clearly top tier. I think that gets top tier. Definitely.
I must be looking at the wrong ass, dude. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not
Look at the council
following that. I don't think that's top tier, boys. I think
You're
that's
looking-
nice at best in the picture you sent.
Look at the picture I sent.
I can't find the picture. Oh yeah, that one. Hang on. All right, that's in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in
Yeah,
the
that's
game.
in the game.
And
All
here's her side profile.
All right, yeah.
Cat, I'm not sending these because I'll get demonetized.
That is her side profile.
If
This
you're
bitch is
afraid to
fake.
get demonetized for showing them, that just proves that it's top tier.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Rooney,
That's
my
argument you
man.
made all night.
Rooney, my man. That's what best point you made all night. There we go.
Yeah, Dialogue's
Alright,
ass is fantastic.
Chat, we're
That-
only halfway to killing Rooney, so you go vote and make sure we kill Rooney.
I would say
I'm
that's
gonna unvote to kill Rooney the way that went. Like, oh my goodness, what a good point.
yeah.
What a fantastic point from Rooney.
Welcome back, Don Alfarius. You get to help us rank the next ass.
Oh, good.
By the way, you can pay to win. Hello, Garbled. Remember,
I think
you
the
can pay
next
money.
one is. I think the next.
I have
the
just been
next-
suddenly dying in my corner over the fact that instead of reviewing lore, we're talking about.
We did.
We
The lore's done.
missed
The
it.
lore's done.
This is arguably more important.
It is. That's what happens when you're late, bro. That's what happens when you're late.
Yeah, we
you
legitimately
snooze
covered
and you
all the
lose
lore.
and you snocked and you lost.
Looking through some of the lore, I was bored to tears. This is more important to me.
Shut up. Anyways, Rocket
is
Raccoon.
Just because it's a furry thing, I would put it at Longback.
You think that? Wait, are you surprised by that, Garbled? Like, come on.
Man,
You
this is
know
already
why.
pre-made. This tier list is
Honestly,
existing on the
yes
internet.
and no.
I didn't
This
make
is
this,
very
Garbled. This
look,
was out there already.
Garbled.
This is
Garbled.
I
I'm
know
sorry,
effort.
but this is very much. Come on,
was out
you
there
know.
already.
I would put this at the
Four of them out
long
there.
back
This is
just
the
so
best
that
one
I
could find.
Bro.
no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Just to avoid the furry allegations, I would put him at long back.
Now he's in thick. Now he's in top tier.
It's not that good.
But you saying we don't want furries, we lost 2 viewers, Rooney.
Yeah.
Good. I
How
hate
else
them.
is-
They're probably furries. You don't want
Who's-
furries in your audience.
I love
Rooney.
furries, dude. They're great.
Who's the guy who left? Atriox. You're gonna get Atriox to leave a second time. Come on.
I know. I like Aatrox. I miss him.
There's a time and place.
I only like him because he's Mexican. That's it. He's a fellow Dragon Ball
You still
fan,
like him. You still like him. That's all
right.
that
but
matters.
only for his
Let's
Mexican
move on to
side,
Scarlet
not for
Witch.
his furry side.
All right, so let's
We're
talk
almost
about
through here.
Scarlet
Next
Witch.
person is Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch is good, but you can't see it with that skin. The
Yeah,
only
none of her
skin you can
skins are good for it.
the only skin where you can
It's,
kind of see it is Emporian Matron, and that's
Yeah.
if you get it at the right angle. But you need to get it at the
Yes.
right angle to be able to see
She's
it.
clearly caked up. However,
very
I
caked
agree.
up.
I agree with
I
Des.
think we have to put her in
I would
average then,
put-
since we can't verify.
I would
No,
put
you can
I would
verify.
put it at
No.
the top of
Well,
nice.
No,
Yeah,
I would
I
put
don't
it
know.
at either at the bottom or top of nice.
Hella's is definitely nicer than hers. Is that Adam
Yes,
Warlock
it is.
nice? Why is Adam Warlock sitting in nice?
no.
Because I put him
I'm
there.
gonna see if I can
Look
get
at
this
his butt,
angle.
dude.
That was
His butt.
entirely.
I feel like we should reassess Adam Warlock to being lower.
Hang on.
Gonna be real.
No.
Gonna be real here.
Dog,
The
No.
average people. He's
Hey.
got a bigger ass than all the average people.
I gotta defend my point here because I was the reason he was in there, dude. When you look
Yep.
at that, with no context, and I told you that was a woman, would you believe me?
Looking at his skin, actually, yeah, sure, that's fair. Yeah,
Is
all right.
everyone-
Like, welcome,
the
Nebula.
Mortal
We completed
Kombat-
the lore, and now we're ranking
You
asses.
can
You wanna
see
join
there's
us,
a lot
Nebula?
of depth. There's a lot
There's
of
more
depth. It's hard to see because
There's
of
an
the color.
hourglass shape
Well,
with
like-
that version of Scarlet Witch, the
It's
one that
perfect.
Des is talking about.
That's
Yes,
what I'm talking about. Rooney, we're on the same page again. We're in complete agreement. Like, there's a lot of. It's hard to see. You have to work to see it because of the little cloak flap thing.
But it is.
like, it's there.
yeah.
It's
The
good.
fact that you have to make an actual effort to see it just implies that it's there.
I would put it just over Hella. I'd put it just over Hella. That's where
I would, yes, I would put it over Hella.
I don't know about.
I can accept that. I can accept that.
I actually think she's the low end of nice because I can see it. It's there, but I think Hella's much more well. I think Adam's got better butt. By the way, Nebula, join the stream. It's open.
I disagree.
Nah.
I think like the only reason it's hard to see on her and not on Hella is because Hella has most of her skins. The cloak is see through.
I know.
It was-
Okay, let's establish a rule. Let's establish a rule.
No,
Not visible
We're
does
already-
not equal non-existent.
That's
we've
fair.
already
Yeah.
established that. We've already established that. Like,
But
a
I
few
can't
times.
see it.
Welcome
Clearly
to the
not.
suffering chamber.
I can see it.
I can see a little bit. I don't know. What if it's a lie? You never know. What if that's the
No,
extent?
no.
It's
no.
there.
This is fake news.
Why?
This is
All right,
there.
I'm clearly
It is
outvoted.
there.
Why?
I
Welcome
think she
back.
needs to be
Welcome back.
higher and nice. Anyways,
Hello.
It's the next person.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
that's what
Spider-Man. I would put Spider-Man into
put that
average.
nice.
You'd put that into nice. I don't
think
know.
that's
I,
the
The
I
Amazing
put it.
Spider-Man
Average.
does
That is
does
cake.
not have an
though.
amazing
That's
average.
Average, it's all
So
mid.
bad.
Fucking nice.
You think he's mid,
Yeah.
Astro? Really? Do you just not like butts, Astro?
Bro, we all know that boobs are superior, but like,
Oh, true.
like butts
Anyways,
are bad.
I think that
that
that's
picture
nice.
is fantastic. Okay,
like-
yeah, that
like-
goes into nice. Yeah, that's a great
Like,
picture. That's a
that's
great
okay.
angle.
Like,
of Spidey's
you
part.
can't look at that and not say nice. Like, that's
Dang it.
clearly nice here. Like, I just don't like.
Bro's caked. He's caked.
Yeah, that's what I'm
all there is to it.
saying.
He's caked.
Listen, I can understand like he's caked up there. Like I am not attracted to him, but you can also say like factually he's caked up.
Bro walking
he's
around with an ass
actually
like a
caked
female.
up. Like, you can't
He's
look
just
at that
caked
and
up,
not
dog.
It is what
Like,
it is. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
like.
All right, Squirrel Girl.
No, Squirrel
yeah.
Girl's not next. It's Star
Squirrel
Lord.
Girl? Oh, Star-Lord.
Squirrel Girl. I don't know why Squirrel Girl's
Greatest
at the
one,
end, but
put in
Squirrel
red.
Girl's at the end. Star Lord.
Mm,
You can't really see Star-Lord's butt to like
I think
verify
we're
it.
at long back to like bad. Whatever the one.
Yeah,
right
the Guardians of the Galaxy is terrible. Oh yeah, no, long back. Bro is long backed.
Yep. The Guardians are not
They're not represented very
fantastic.
well.
Yeah.
Next up, this is going to be Pops' #1 pick. She's already going thick. That's Storm.
Storm,
butt is so big,
yes,
she's got a
Storm,
special
that's-
cutout in her cape for you to see her butt.
yes.
Are you serious?
That is a
Yes.
Storm.
Yeah,
Where are we
yeah,
putting
Storm,
this?
Storm
Yes.
has to go into
Like-
damn she thick. Like, there's
Yep.
no question.
I agree. I'm glad I'm glad there's no disagreement and we don't have to argue about this.
Yeah, like I mean, she crazy attractive.
Land.
Okay.
Alright,
So then
So
we got
next up, Winter Soldier.
Yep, that's Winter Soldier.
I
Winter
think
Who's,
she's
ne-
in long
who's
back
the
or
one
squats.
next to Storm, by the way?
Is there no Punisher actually?
That's
Or is he
Psylocke.
later?
This picture's bad of her.
Ah,
They posted a better version of her in the Discord that made her go up.
got it.
We're judging based on not the default skin, which all of these are. We're going based on the best skin. And
Could be
best
Punisher's
Psylocke
butt.
skin.
I think Winter Soldier needs to do some squats.
Let me double check. Is this Winter Soldier
He's
or because it kind of looks like Winter Soldier, but it could also
Both
easily
of them
be
side
Punisher.
by side. I don't know. One of them is Winter Soldier. One of them is
That's Punisher. That's Punisher. That's definitely.
Yeah,
Punisher.
that's
Punisher. Well, still, I think they're both about the same.
Yeah, they're not. Both of them are not good. To be
Yeah.
clear.
I would say it needs to do some squats on both of them. They both have a tiny bit of definition, but that's it. They're
You know,
not long backed, but they got to do something.
it's
All
hard to tell
Yeah.
because like Adam Warlock obviously had a very tight,
Yeah.
thing on it. It's harder to Captain America.
Got that thing on him.
This
Mhm.
guy combat pants, like you can't even tell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and none of his.
I have
skins
to
are
go.
any-
Where were we?
It's not.
Were we at Frank?
Yeah. We did
Yeah.
Frank.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Where do we put?
we put Frank.
Where do we
on
put,
back. We put them
Storm?
both in need some squats.
Yeah.
Oh, and Storm. We put them in nice.
Oh,
Well, I mean, in
No, we
fit.
did. We
nice.
did top tier. She's in top. She's
All right, so
beyond.
I don't know who this is with this.
Thor. That's Thor.
This is Thor.
Is that Thor?
I put
I
him
think
long
Thor's
back.
a long back.
He's
I
in
don't
long
think
back.
that's Thor.
Yeah,
Thor's in
he
long
is.
back. Thor's in long back.
Skips leg day.
If that's not Thor, then I don't know who this one in
That
the
is
yellow
Thor.
shirt is.
Which one? The one you're.
That's
the one
Winter
you have-
Soldier.
The one with the yellow band around him is Thor, which is
That's
what you-
Wolverine. Oh no, you're looking at the wrong.
Oh,
I'm looking
this
at the wrong
isn't
thing.
the
My
li-
bad.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Rudy.
Mhm.
You're actually just gaslighting
You-
right now.
No, you said
Something
yellow,
in
and
the
I
made-up concept
immediately
by
darted.
housewives to try and excuse the fact that they're unfaithful. Like, stop talking about gaslighting. It's not real.
So true.
That's long back, bro.
Anyways, what do we have left? Is it just
Yeah, so I
Wolverine
think it's
and
Thor. I don't know
Squirrel
which one of
Girl?
these is Thor and which one of these is Wolverine. These two guys down here.
I think
The
Wolverine
one
is
to the
the one,
right,
right?
the
Yellow
one to the right,
is
the one that you just
Wolverine.
put in average, that's Wolverine. The one with the yellow coat is Wolverine.
I think
Yes.
he's in long back. What do you guys think?
Thor's absolutely in long back.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Wolverine,
Wolverine goes
Um,
in.
I would say Wolverine's got to do some squats.
He's going.
He's got
I'd
he's got a
say
tiny bit of
squats.
definition.
He's got a
I'm
little.
good
bit.
either way.
We're not
Mhm.
at a lot here.
He's wearing jeans, and you can still see it, bro. That's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, he's
I
got some
think that
definition.
might, I
I'm
think he
good-
might.
yeah.
I'm with Pops. I think he's an average. Look at the way his butt curves in
average?
here on his back leg. On his right
Yeah.
leg, how it curves in. I think he's got enough to be average.
Okay.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I think he's enough
his-
to be average.
His
Okay.
yellow suit, he's got more definition than he does on the jeans. So
Hey,
Yeah.
you joke about. We spent 2.5 hours, AJB, on the lore. This is the final piece of lore. And now, Rooney, you have to tell us why Squirrel Girl does not go into damn she thick.
Okay.
I swear
The
to
reason
God.
why she does
Rooney,
not go
Rooney.
in she thick.
No.
No, hear me out. Shut up. The reason why she does not go in damn she thick is because the legs do more work than the glutes. There is shape in the glutes. There is shape in the glutes. There is shape in the glutes. There is shape, but the legs do more heavy lifting. So I would put her at the top of nice.
And everybody in the chat too, look up. It's called steatopygia. It's a phenomenon in certain Native African females. If you want to know what Rooney's talking about, he's talking about the fact that the hips and the width of the legs and everything is more impressive than the amount to which the butt sticks out. So that's his issue, is that she's not steatopygic enough. So if you want to look that up, you immediately will know what I mean, and you'll probably laugh your butt off about it. No pun, but I
will say, like, I don't dislike the thighs, but we're looking at the actual glutes here, and there is something there, but not enough to put her in sheet thick. She is nice, at the top of nice. It is good looking, but it's not sheet thick. What is thick is the legs, not the actual glutes.
No, her ass is fat.
The legs still.
No, those are the thighs. Those are the thighs.
No. Look at the side profile I just posted. Look at the side profile. You just gotta look at the side profile. It's in
fluff on her pants, which is huge, goes out, and her butt still extended past the fluff in her like pant cuffs.
Yeah, and also look at the arch in the.
Oh my goodness!
That thing go crazy.
She's wide.
She is wide. She do be wide. She would give birth to many very strong sons, dozens of them.
So true.
She is at the top of nice, dude. I'm granting you the. No. Okay, you know what? I'll grant you this. She is at the very bottom. Call it at the bottom of damn she thick, or at the top of nice.
I think Psylocke actually got a smaller butt than her, but I'll put her at second to bottom.
No,
Venom is still top. Venom is still king. Venom is
Venom
once again.
Psylocke is leagues and bounds better.
Second to Venom.
Yeah, I would say above Venom, but below.
Psylocke is leaps and bounds better. What do you mean?
Venom is definitely number one. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Venom is number one. Of course.
I'll say Venom.
Watch it for the plot. All right, guys, shut up. Once we got $5, the stream's over. Remember, once we no longer.
I will literally pay you $1. I will pay you $1 to
everyone. That's everyone.
At the bottom.
That's everyone. We're done. He did it too late.
No, that's not everyone. We need Invisible Woman.
We need Invisible Woman. We put her in Damn She Thick, and she's got the same actress as Dagger. It's the same butt.
Nice.
It's the same butt. So
no, Farius, you're too late.
No, because the Malice costume. Just look at the Malice costume. The Malice costume makes it look a lot bigger.
It's all right with that. Now Farius has saved the channel. Thank you all for joining us for today. Astro, thank you for being our special guest.
Yes.
Covering the lore with us.
Astro.
Yes.
You got any plugs?
Only the one he's wearing,
channel, buddy.
I don't want to say quite yet, but I'm working on it. I just want to make sure it's good first.
I have plans, but I cannot share because the haters will stop me.
Yep. Astro's cooking. I definitely know what he's working on, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So next, we are having a special stream, chat. I would like you all to. The link will be posted in my server, and Nebula is going to also grab his link, and he's going to throw it in chat right now. That way, you all can see it later.
Just did it.
Perfect. So, chat. This is going to be a stream that we're doing. Me, Nebula, and you're going to see Peg, or Shy, as we also call him. He's going to join us. We're doing Barony. And that's going to start in probably 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And other than that, chat, thank you for joining us. You've all been absolutely fantastic. It's been a great time hanging with you guys. I always love the funny memes and shenanigans we do. Pouring out for Kaijuzilla, who got bullied by Rooney. Don't worry. I will make sure to give Rooney a swirly next time I see him for you, buddy. Anybody else have any other
Vic, I'm coming for you.
Go buy my books.
Yeah, go buy his books. Links below.
Gonna be doing some stuff soon.
Yeah. Everybody subscribe to Black Rooney.
Yeah, subscribe to Black
Rooney. Yes, subscribe to me. By the way, 3 things. Number 1, actually 4 things. Number 1, I hit 300 subscribers. Thank you, everybody, for that.
Pops has shouted you out every single live stream, by the way, so you owe him a kiss.
I will kiss him.
He's
in
gonna
the
give
mouth.
him a little more than a kiss.
Yeah, a
Don't
little more than a
tempt him.
kiss, a little more than a sloppy time.
Oh, you know what
Yeah.
else? You know what else? I don't know if this is random or what, but one of our friends in Encore did put out a new short story. I think it was a poetry children's book. If anybody's got kids that can
Oh
read,
my goodness! What the frick
Oh,
is
yeah.
it called? Yeah.
if you
that
want
was,
to, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So it's called the
Okay.
Cheery. It's called the Cheery Tree, not the Cherry Tree. I think the Cheery Tree by Elena Martinez, and it's on Amazon under the what is it like the Didn't Quite Make It publication? What was it called? The something maybe, definitely maybe. I think is the publisher's name. And I mean, I'll show some love to my internet friends. I'm probably going to get it for my nephew's birthday coming up
Just
in this.
posted the link to her thing in chat. She is fantastic. She's an ex-mod for my server. So if you were here in the early days, you remember
I thought
her.
for a second to say Ex Mafia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Ex Machina.
She's definitely ex-mafia too. And also, chat. There is a special, very very special. I'm going to say right now, comic book that's probably going to be coming out soon as well from a server
Oh
member.
yes.
So keep your eyes on the Discord chat and join. And we all love to shout out small creators and friends of the channel who are creating. That's
Like
the point of
Markiplier.
Yes, like Markiplier, exactly.
That's
He's a
our
very
friend.
small creator. Small creators like PewDiePie. We love to give them a little leg up here.
We love PewDiePie.
Yeah, good people. Good people.
But yeah, so
We love him.
and with that, I think it's a great time to end the channel. Yeah, not the channel. Yes, end the stream.
Yes,
The
end the
channel.
channel.
Oh, you're
Delete
right.
the
Oh,
channel.
no.
Do
Hey,
it.
but kid, I forgot to. You didn't let me plug. Wait, let me plug in my video first before. My thing. The Godzilla vs Kong video. It's coming soon. Production editing has started. I'm just editing clips now here and there. It's gonna be a big one. The Godzilla vs Kong one. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Then we have our podcast episode, Black Screen, at Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be covering the new Spiderman show that came out. If you've seen me on Twitter, you know how I feel about that show already. So, and lastly,
That's right.
I'm going to talk about this later at some point in the channel, but I have received my copy of Radiant Black Year 1.
Ooh.
The hardcover.
Oh, wow.
It came today, like a couple minutes ago.
It came today, and so did Rooney.
I did come today. Very, very much.
Thanks.
So, yeah, thank you for having me, kid.
Oh.
Thank you, everybody who subscribed to me, and everybody who disagrees with me, you're wrong, and you should dig a hole and
Squirrel Girl is
bury
cake.
yourself in
You
it.
can't deny it.